Ecological issues, they affect us all. And so, tonight on Second Nature, we'll be recycling some old nature footage.
Alright, so long story short, Kara's brother-in-law and sister threw her and Callum out. And right now she needs $20 to go to her sister's house to pick her stuff up and to get her ID so that she can stay at the women's shelter where they're staying at. And she's willing to pay it back. But Kara wants to know if she paid you back, would you be able to send $20 to my PayPal so that I can then send it to her to where, she can go get her stuff?
Bang, let's start the fucking show, eh?
You're going to jail.
I will never leave you two.
I don't give a fuck about the fucking law. I'll beat your ass.
Don't come to my trailer again. You will be banned.
I'll beat your ass.
You officially entered the wet panty zone.
Folks, let's move on over here. Folks, ladies and gentlemen, children of age only here, folks. Thank you for joining us. This week it's a somber tone we're setting to kick things off, unfortunately. Yes, we've unfortunately lost another one. Rest in peace, Floppy. I mean, it's not like we didn't see it coming, but it has been confirmed straight from the horse's vag. We've lost another one on Compound Helton. It was just the other day he was saying that the dog was... It's the same story. The dog was looking down. So in Vaughn's infinite wisdom, instead of taking it to a veterinarian, he decided to self-medicate with treats, with cheese and a bunch of crap food, and the dog died. Somehow our fault, of course, again. But this is just a tale that seems to be retold many times out on the Von Helton compound, and I hate to twist something like this into an I told you so, but, if there were any doubters out there, this is why they took his kids. This is why he is not allowed. He was literally charged with failure to thrive. Right? He's literally starved his kids. When they were hurt, rather than take them to a medical professional where there might be a paper trail, he treated it with a potato. You remember that? And likewise with the dogs, every time there's an incident. Now, was this the one that the dog took, or the aliens took up in the spaceship and healed? Which one was that? Because I'm pretty sure it's dead too. Gee whiz, between the aliens and the gods, Von Helton just can't seem to keep anything under his care alive, folks. I mean, I don't think we need to go through the list. I think you know what I'm... Anyways, let's move on. Let's get the show going, folks, tonight. We got a lot of Von Helton to catch up on, a couple of hangouts, streams, whatever you want to call them. With, of course, the ever-enthralling Cisco co-piloting. I'm sure that'll be engaging. We got just a little bit of King Cobra. He's kind of in a dark spot with his buddy, Walt died. And then we got some Targeted Citizen. We got a little bit of Emo trying to make a comeback, trying to make some money. So we're going to check that out. Folks, thanks for being here. Thumbs it up. Let's get a drink poured. One for Floppy tonight, folks. Join me on my journey through Christmas beers as we drink up what's in the fridge. Okay, alright. Okay. There we are, folks. We've officially kicked off tonight's celebration. A celebration of life, folks. We're not going to look at it as a negative thing. We're just going to keep on keeping on, folks. All right, let's get going here. The musical number by the one and only Von Helton. Haters.
You can run on for a long time, run on for a long time. long time. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Go and tell that long-tongued liar. Go and tell that midnight rider. Tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter. Tell him that God's gonna cut him down. Tell him that God's gonna cut him down. Well, my goodness gracious, let me tell you the news. My head's been wet with the midnight dew. I've been down on bended knee, talking to the man from Galilee. He spoke to me in a voice so sweet, I thought I heard the shuffle of the angels' feet. He called my name and my heart stood still when he said, John, go do my will. Go and tell that long-tongued liar. Go and tell that midnight rider. Tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter. Tell him that God's gonna shut him down. Tell him that God's gonna shut him down. You can run on for a long time. Run on for a long time. Run on for a long time. Tell him that God's gonna shut him down. Tell him that God's gonna shut him down. Well, you may throw your rock and hide your hand, working in the dark against your fellow man. But as sure as God made black and white, what's done in the dark will be brought to the light. You can run on for a long time. Run on for a long time. Run on for a long time. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Go and tell that long-tongued liar. Go and tell that midnight rider. Tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter. Tell him that God's gonna shut him down. Tell him that God's gonna shut him down. Tell him that God's gonna shut him down.
After these messages.
There's the drone. Where's it always at? Let me see if I can get it where I can see it here. God, I can't see it. I can't focus with this phone. It's higher up than it usually is. I'll get it at the top of the road here. Yeah, they're making it harder to film today. Give me a minute and I'll show it to you. It is hazy today, and the sun's just now going down. And I'll reiterate again that there are no stars in the sky right now because it's so early. There it is. See it moving away? I will turn. This is how early it is. It's not even dark out. There's the drone. Now I'm gonna scroll around the sky. Look, there's the other drone. One's right over my head all the time. See it? That one's always over my head. There is no other star out at all. There's no stars out, but why? Because it's so early. So early. No stars out at all. See it? Drone. Drone. I'll show you where it's at. See, that's the airport. That's the airport, and this is the runway. This is the beginning of the runway. That's the Crawdad Stadium down there. That's the drone, and it's directly above the airport. See, I'll go straight down. Airport, runway. Yeah, I'll go home, and you'll see it. I'll turn into it in a minute. It'll get on the other side of the road. As always. The other drone's not out yet. It's still too bright for the other drone to pop up. I mean, I'm sure it's out. You just can't see it yet. Now here we go. It's right above me. And as you can see now, it's on the other side of the road. It's no longer over the airport. Go drives and flies away from me. Now it's back on the other side of the road. This is my old camera and it doesn't record well at all. Now watch, somehow I'm going to be on the other side of it. If that's a star in the sky, you can't get on the other side of a star. You gotta get on the other side of a star. Now let me show you. I'll show you how it's moved. That right there is the spotlight. The airport's right on the other side of this hill. And right there's the drone. Remarkable, huh? See it? That's the drone. Now, I'll point and show you where I was before. I was way at the top of the hill, up there, very top of that hill. Way far away from here. There it is. Now, you go straight down from where it's at. Right here. I get to the top of the hill to Food Line. It's going to be on the other side of the next road. That's so stupid. I have to do this because ass trolls. Oh, cops are good and you're just a criminal. You're just a criminal. Cops are good guys. They love us. They give us tickets to take our money away so we don't spend it the wrong way. They want us to spend money on the state because they love America. That's what cops do. They love America. So we'll go down here to Food Line and I'll record it again and it'll be farther down the road again. Oh, here's the other one. Here's the other drone. I'll have to go to Food Line and record it. It's really hazy, but it's here. It's where it always is. Told you it'd be one on my backside. Here we go. Now, let me show you. The other one is right through there. See it? You can barely see See it blinking? That's the other one. Now, watch this one. It's already moved again. Isn't it weird? It's moved. Now it's over top of this road, straight ahead. U.S. government drones. I've been filming drones long before it was cool in New Jersey. Now, how did it move from way up there? The airport's way over there. How did it move from way over on the other side of the airport to right here? Remember when I first started recording it? It was over the hotel. It was over the hotel at Waffle House. Now it's right here. That's right here. You see this one? With all the haze around it? That's the second one. And here's the one right up above me. Still up directly above my head. Isn't that weird how they just stay above my head like that? Isn't that strange? Look, with no other stars in the sky. Let me do a stroll for you. No other stars in the sky at all. None. Not one star in the sky. These are drones. Okay. I just thought about that 2 gallons of bunny track ice cream I got in the Kelvinator when I get home. This is for the trolls. This is for the trolls. The people who's been on my channel long enough, they know I do not tell lies. I don't lie. Because I'm not scared of anything. Men who lie are men that are scared of the consequences of lying. I'm not scared of consequences because I don't break the law. It's a traffic infraction. How dare you have a carrier on the back of your Ranger? Oh, the humanity! You had a carrier on the back of your Ranger. Nah, it's recorded. Once I get up the road here, I can't hardly see it. Here's the other one coming with us. It's hard to film these things, drive down the road. Away from him. And yes, I've gotten a telescope before and tried to record them, but they're too close. That's why a telescope doesn't show them up. They don't show up on a telescope. It's one big blur of light. There's the other. See, there it is. Just keeps moving with me for some reason. Isn't that weird how it does that? That's almost exactly what I told you it was going to do. It's going to keep going with me. Everywhere I go, it goes the same way. Oh yeah, here's the other one. See that one? See? Keep on going. You're crazy. I can... The amount of vicious comments because somebody doesn't like my opinion of law enforcement. I can smell you through the video. Ooh, do you kiss your aunt? What kind of nuclear waste is in North Carolina to bring you? If that's the type of people that you have on your side, I'm glad I am where I am on mine. Because that is disgusting that anyone would talk to a human being the way they talk to me. Look, oh, is that cops in front of our house? That looks like cops, don't it? Huh? That's cops in front of my house. Ain't it?
No, that's cops.
Is it?
That one's a cop.
Both of them cop cars. Is your mama home?
Yeah.
All right, we got cops stalking my house out right now. Let me call your mama. See, guys, the harassment.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Yes, Sharpie, I'll let you back in.
Oh yeah, sorry to hear about Floppy, dude.
What's that?
Floppy, like, sorry to hear about that.
Yeah, he's gone. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, why is it always the loving ones, the happy ones,
Well,
The
they were Midnight's
peaceful one.
puppies. Like, when did she have those pups? Like,
Dude,
10 years ago?
Sharpie's running around here just fine. Sharpie's running around just fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible he got hit by a car or something.
Don't say that. Like, did the dogs die at home, or?
Floppy, bless his heart, right up to the very end, if I went to him, he would wag his tail a little bit to let me know that he still loved me. And
so I got to back this up because I think it's kind of interesting that Von Helton is completely ignoring anything Cisco is saying and answering completely different questions. Listen again. And Cisco keeps saying that he's had the dogs 10 years. They tried to do that with like Midnight. Midnight was only like a couple years old. And these puppies didn't even make it as old as Midnight. It's like...
the happy ones.
Well, they were Midnight's
ones.
puppies. Like, when did she have those pups? Like,
dude,
10 years ago?
Sharpie's running around here just fine.
When did she have those pups? Dude, Sharpie's running around. Get back. It's hilarious. He just never even listens. Check it out.
Always the loving ones, the happy ones.
Well, they were Midnight's
ones.
puppies. Like, when did she have those pups? Like,
dude,
10 years ago?
Sharpie's running around here just fine. Sharpie's running around just fine. It's possible he got hit by a car or something.
Don't say that. Like, did the dogs die at home, or?
Floppy, bless his heart, right up to the very end, if I went to him, he would wag his tail a little bit to let me know that he still loved me. And
you must have had that dog for at least 10 years or something.
That night, though, instead of getting in bed with me, he went into the bathroom and curled up in the bathtub and expired. And so
it's one thing I don't understand about dogs. They always go find their own spot and pass away. So.
Well, yeah, they don't want to be near us when they expire. Now, why is that? I don't know. I think it's just the idea that, I don't know, maybe they don't want us to worry or something. I don't know.
Well, for as long as I've known you, you always had that dog, so that.
But now, see, Midnight did the same thing. She didn't get in bed with me that night. She went into the utility room and laid down, and then she expired. So they do that on purpose. That's a dog thing, I guess, where they, if they know they're getting ready to go, they'll go into another room or another place, or they'll find some place to hide, and then they expire there. They won't do it around you. And I don't know why. I guess there's a reason for it. But it's okay. I've lost a lot of animals because of the trolls and haters. Well, like I said though, Sharpie, there's nothing wrong with Sharpie. He's running around. Sharpie acts younger than he did when he was a pup. So I mean, there's nothing wrong. I have to assume that, maybe he got hit by a car or something. But anyways, I miss them terribly always. And, I still miss
you think
Midnight.
about them often. Same with me, like all my past dogs that passed away.
I've got Midnight's collar right there. It's still there. It ain't going nowhere.
I'll be right back.
Until it rots and falls to pieces, then I'll throw it away. But it's right there. It's going to stay right there. Now obviously I don't use the boom mic anymore, and I don't use that boom mic anymore. I use this thing, but the collar stays there until it rots, because Midnight was my best buddy, and Floppy was my best buddy. So Sharpie, I mean, I like Sharpie, but he's kind of aloof. He kind of stays off to himself. He's not a lovey-dovey type dog. You can't scoop up Sharpie and love on him like you could Floppy. It's just not happening. He'll jump right out of your arms. Not because he doesn't want to be held, but because that's just not his way. That's just not his demeanor. And but there's nothing wrong with Sharpie at all. I mean, he's running around here acting like a puppy all the time. You know, like I said, he acts younger now than he did when he was a real puppy. So, I mean, you know, I don't think that Floppy should be gone. I think she's gone, or he's gone, excuse me. I think he's gone because of ulterior motives. But, you know, putting that aside, he is gone, and there's no coming back from that. And so we got to move on.
We'll be right back after these messages.
America! I don't give a fuck, YouTube. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy King Cobra back at it with another video, and as you know, my buddy Walt died, and it's been really fucking hard. Not only on me, but his family, and you know who you are. I'm not going to name names, but I will continue to back off and not try anything with you-know-who. But that doesn't mean I can't be a sweet guy, because I might have gotten over my crush on a certain someone, but I'm always going to care. It's just what it is. And right now I'm trying to do a really nice and very sweet thing and help Angie and her family out with expenses, because funerals are expensive. Right now I'm trying to raise $20,000 for Angie by the 1st of March. If you could donate, it'd be greatly appreciated. Just need like 20,000 of my biggest fans to donate $1, and we'd have it there, man. You know? So, like, if you want to donate, I'll put the link for it in the comments. I don't know what else to say on this video other than losing Walt sucks. I would never wish this upon Angie or anyone, really, because it sucks. And Angie's the sweetest person. She's a peace-loving hippie. And she doesn't go out of her way to hurt anyone. She just, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'll continue to back off from you-know-who, but that doesn't mean I can't do a sweet gesture. I don't want anything out of this other than for Walt to have a proper funeral and for Angie and company to know that they're taken care of and that they're protected and that they're safe. Plus, Walt is a Vietnam vet who served our country as a Marine sniper for the Marines. And he contracted Agent Orange as a result. So I have set up a GoFundMe page for Angie to help with expenses. And she does have her own page going, but I didn't want to plug that because I don't need her getting harassed by my trolls, because my trolls are vile pieces of, yeah.
We'll be right back after these messages.
You know, it's like when I called Rand Paul's office and said, hey, CPS is out of control. They keep stealing my fucking kids for stupid shit like, oh, you ain't done your dishes today. We're going to take your fucking kids. Well, see, they're not supposed to do that. They're not supposed to take your kids for stupid shit like that. Only time they're supposed to take your kids is if your kids are in imminent physical danger. Were my kids in imminent physical danger? Fuck no. My kids were not abused. That's a goddamn lie. God only knows what the CPS was telling Judge Harris. They were probably telling him that I was stabbing him with a fork or something. You know, who knows what the fuck they told Judge Harris. But it doesn't matter, does it? You know, I told Rand Paul's office, I said, you got to intervene, man. You got to send a letter down here and tell them, hey, you know, they're out of fucking control. They quit harassing a model citizen, leave them the fuck alone, and go after people that really are abusing children. Well, you know what Rand Paul's office's response was? Basically, go fuck yourself. Oh, we don't get involved in Kentucky affairs. And I'm like, wait, he's a Kentucky congressman. What do you mean they don't get it? No, we don't get it in, and it wasn't even 2 weeks later that I see a newspaper article where Rand Paul is giving awards to some cops up in London. Okay. Yeehaw. Now, and I called him back. I said, I thought you all didn't handle Kentucky affairs. Click. Click. They hung up in my ear. Fuck yeah, they did. Because they knew I busted them. Fuck yeah, they did. It wouldn't pay me to be rich. Because I'd take every one of these sons of bitches to court. Because at any one time, any of these motherfuckers could have stopped this shit 15 years ago, and they didn't. The FBI could have stopped it. The governor could have stopped it. The Attorney General of Kentucky could have stopped it. Rand Paul's office could have stopped it. Hal Rogers' office could have stopped this shit. Google could have stopped it. YouTube could have stopped it. You know, there is a plethora of individuals and groups that could have stopped this shit perpetrated on my family any fucking time they wanted to. A simple phone call or a letter, right? Send down here to Clay County, say, hey, this man's a model citizen. Leave him the fuck alone. That would have been the end of it. But nobody had the fucking stones to do it. And if I ever do win the fucking lottery, there's going to be a whole lot of fucking lawsuits flying. I guarantee you that. And not just after these stupid ass trolls. The trolls are small fish. It's these entities, these government entities that could have intervened to save my family. My parents would be alive today if the governor had intervened. My wife would not be insane today. She would be sitting here right beside me. My children would be here around me. And they're clearly not. So any one of these government institutions could have done something, and they didn't do jack shit. And now my parents are dead. My wife is institutionalized, and my kids are hither, thither, and yon. And it all could have been prevented. All of it could have been prevented by one fucking phone call from the governor or the Attorney General's office or Rand Paul's office or Hal Rogers' office. Any one of them motherfuckers could have called down here and said, hey, the man's a model citizen. Quit harassing him. Quit listening to a bunch of fucking terrorists on the goddamn internet. Leave his family the fuck alone. Well, nobody did shit. Nobody did shit. The FBI could have stopped this shit anytime they wanted. They could have stopped it any time. They didn't. Now, so I mean, I'm sorry. There's no excuse. There's no excuse for these institutions not stepping up and doing what was right. And so, you know, lawsuits incoming if I ever get money. If I ever get a lot of money, you know, now I got a little bit of money, you know, to pay my bills and shit, but that's all. But if I ever get a lot of money, like say winning the lottery or getting back my inheritance, if that ever happens, look out. Because I'm going to sue the fuck out of everybody, starting with the FBI. Because the FBI could have stopped this shit at any time. They could have stopped it at any time. They can still stop it now, but they don't want to. They don't fucking want to. They don't want to do shit. They let this shit drag on. Because, see, I sent these people receipts, man, of everything that was going on. Everything that was going on with CPS, everything that was going on in the court, everything that was going on with the Frost, everything that was going on with these online terrorists. And nobody did shit. And see that there's no excuse for that. None, zero. So there's going to be some payback if I ever get a substantial amount of money. Bet on it. Bet on it. It will happen. Because every one of them fucking YouTube trolls should be in a jail cell. And some of them should be on death row for murder one. Because remember, kiddies, had the trolls not sent the Frost down here, my parents would not be dead right now. My wife would not be institutionalized right now. And my kids would not have been carted off. Because remember, boys and girls, the Frosts were instrumental in not one, but two courts of law. District court and family court. And their meddling in those two court cases is what got my kids taken. There's no question about that. That's not even up for debate, motherfuckers. Yeah, man, make sure you lock him out of his double wide so that he can't get his kids back in November. Does that sound familiar, Ernie Chrysler? Does that sound familiar, YouTube trolls? 2 courts of law that they meddled in. Not 1, 2. Is that legal? Fuck no, it ain't legal. There's nothing legal about that. No way in hell. And then CPS coming out here. Oh, we're going to take your kids because you didn't do your laundry today, or you didn't do your dishes today, or just because we fucking want to. Oh my God, you bought paper towels and toilet paper on eBay. We're taking your fucking kids. Yeah, that really happened. Oh, it's Christmas Day and you've got Christmas wrapping in boxes all over the place. We're taking your kids. Yeah, that really happened. Where the fuck is the governor? Where was the attorney general? Oh, we don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck. That's where they were, hiding under their goddamn desk. For 15 years, me sending emails to the governor's liaison. I was sending emails to the governor's liaison. Her name is Amy Hawkins-Smith Payne. And I was sending her fucking emails every fucking day of everything that was going on with to do with my family and to do with my finances. Now Amy could have been just deleting those emails. That's possible. And the governor may have never seen any of those emails. That's a possibility. But I don't see why she would. Why would she delete them? Makes no sense. So yeah. So we're talking about money here, folks. We're talking about money. Because remember what Judge Harris said in court under oath. That if I had had an income, he wouldn't have been able to take the kids. He said that on the record. Wouldn't have been able to take the kids. Well, gee, I wonder who was thwarting me from getting a fucking income all these years. Oh, yeah, the fucking YouTube trolls. Every time I go to get a job, we're not going to hire you. Well, gee, I wonder why. Oh, because all that fucking hate on the goddamn internet about you? Maybe? Think maybe that might hinder me a little bit? Where do employers go? They go straight to the fucking internet. They see all that hate on the internet about Von Helden. We ain't hiring his ass. Ain't nobody hiring me for shit. Because they see all them hate videos. Don't believe me? Call an employer and ask them yourself. Hey, do you go on the internet and research an employee before you hire them? Yes. Do you check their credit history? Yes. Dumbasses. And yet they, pray I never get no fucking, pray I don't get my inheritance back or get any money, because if I do, man, y'all are fucking done. Y'all are done. You ain't got a leg to stand on. I feel sorry for your defense attorney, because he's not going to be able to defend you, because there is no defense. I mean, you're all over the fucking internet. Fuck yeah, we got his kids taken away. Fuck yeah, we destroyed his family. Fuck yeah, we drove his wife. You're proud of that shit, right, trolls? Fuck yeah, you are. You're proud of that shit, aren't you? Aren't you? Fuck yeah, you are. Fuck yeah, you are. You're proud of that shit. Well, I'm going to be proud to take all your shit away from you if I ever get any money. Because I'll make it my fucking life's mission to destroy you just like you destroyed me. Why not? Fair is fair, right? Equal opportunity under the law and all that good shit. Right? How many fucking times do I have to be right before people will actually start to listen? That's a good question right there. That's a real good one. That's a real good one, isn't it? That right, Ernie Chrysler of Ottawa, Canada. The ringleader of this fucking terrorist organization known as Trolls, Haters, and Naysayers, that the FBI refuses to start making arrests on. Now, right, FBI? Fuck yeah. FBI, CIA, Interpol, whatever. The FBI can liaison with Canadian Border Authority, I'm sure, and get some shit done, but they're not going to do fuck all now, are they? No, of course not, because that would make sense, When it comes to fucking money, you and me are shit. We get fucked over time and time and time and time again. Where's my $73,000 for being illegally locked out of the double wide? Where's that money at? Oh yeah, okay. Clay County ain't sent me no check for that. Now have they? How about the $67,000 that I'm owed in back child support? Where the fuck's that money? Oh, we can't find the paperwork. Well, how convenient is that? How fucking months? I was liaisoning with that office for months on via email. Where's all those emails? Did they just go poof? Yeah, they did actually. Yes, they did actually. They went poof. Remember the North Dakota thing? The fake kid, North Dakota? What was her name? Katrina Bounting or Bowling or some shit like that. I don't think it was bowling. I think it was like Bounting or something. Anyway, when the kid turns 18,
Vaughn
they go on the...
can't even remember the name of the woman that he, by his admission, tried to have a child with 3 times. A DNA test confirmed that he was the father, and he's been paying, well, someone was paying child support for 18 years of that kid's life. And he can't even remember her name. Come on, man.
Internet. Von Hill was never the father. Here's the biological father. And we walked away with $60,000 of Kentucky money, and we got Von Helm thrown in jail. Must be nice. I wish I could defraud a state and get away with. Actually, they defrauded 2 states, really. They defrauded North Dakota and Kentucky because they lied to both states, right? I wish I could defraud a state and get away with it. But see, if I tried to defraud Kentucky or North Dakota or California or any of these fuckers, my ass would go to jail. But she gets away with it. Why? Because of child support. Because of perceived child support. We now know that it was all bullshit, right? Because she admitted that the biological father, she had been with him from day fucking 1 after I left. Wow, what a shock. One fucking phone call to Zap, North Dakota would have cleared my name. I would have never went to jail. I would have never been owed any money. But no, we can't do that. Right, Stella House? No, we can't do that, can we? No, we can't. Stella House was my attorney. She literally stood there and watched him drag me off to fucking jail over a kid that wasn't even mine. Must be nice. I wish I could get away with shit like that. See, I can't get away with shit like that because I would have been put under the fucking jail. So must be nice. I wish I could get away with that shit. I can't get away with stuff like that. So it must be nice. Really nice. Anywho, I know I'm sure those records are missing too. Oh, we can't find them records either. Well, imagine that. Call Corbin. Oh, we can't find your records. Call fucking Clam's office. Oh, we can't find your records. Call the clerk's office. Oh, we can't find your records. Nobody can find my fucking records. Isn't that amazing? What a coincidence that is. No matter where I call up to London. Can't find your records. Nobody seems to be able to find my records. Isn't that amazing? I'm sure that's just a coincidence, right? Right, folks? Right? That's just a coincidence? Yeah. Yeah, it's just a coincidence. I'm sure of it.
We'll be right back after these messages.
And now a public service announcement.
Are you fucking serious? 10 pizzas?
Yeah, 10 pizzas.
Yeah. Do you fucking realize how many homeless people 10 pizzas could feed? That you're wasting food, Do you realize that? Then they wonder why when they go out to dinner, they bitch that the restaurant is so expensive. That's why, because you're wasting the restaurant's fucking money, and you're wasting the restaurant's fucking profit, doing shit like that. Do you realize how many homeless veterans 10 fucking pizzas can feed, asshole? You know what, Carl? You're a fucking You need your face knocked out of your fucking head, and you need your hands broke so you can't fucking type. That's what you need. No, but that's a waste of food. Do you realize how many and they gotta throw it in the garbage can every time you waste that fucking food. They can't resell it to another fucking human being. It goes in the goddamn garbage can. Do you realize how many homeless fucking you can feed with that? You're a liar, Houston. You're a liar. How many come to Houston and pass your fucking faces? Houston, I'll come to fucking Houston. I'll dare you motherfucker! How dare you!
Kiss my cock. Alright, good morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever the case may be in your part of the world. I'm Justin E. Mahalalov. As we know, YouTube caters to the troll. They don't cater to the good broadcaster like myself, the good content creator like myself. They give the trolls all the tools on the silver platter to steal my content and make money on my content, where I'm not even allowed to be monetized. I'm not even allowed to have super chats. I'm not allowed to have to have any support from my YouTube subscribers, but yet the trolls can do that. Well, to circumvent that, if YouTube doesn't want to support us, we'll do it on our own. But you can join our locals today for $5 a month. That's right, you can join locals for $5 a month and become a partner of the channel. That's right, if you would like to become a partner of my channel for $5 a month, go to the link below, locals@locals.com, and join today. Another way that you can find our locals is by going to our Rumble channel. Go to our Rumble channel, which you can see on the screen, and when you get to Rumble, next to the follow button, there should be a red join button. Click the red join button, sign up for locals, and become a supporter today. And you're not limited to just $5. You can put any amount you want in there as to what you want to support the channel as. So if you want to give $50 a month, you can give $50 a month. You want to give $1 a month, give $1. I know local starts the memberships at $5, but you can change that to a lower number if you want. Again, the QRL code for my Cash App is up there. Also, again, this is a show that's supported by viewers like you, because YouTube doesn't give a crap. And we all know that YouTube doesn't give a crap. So it's up to you, the supporters, if you want to support this channel or not. So again, if you want to join and become a channel member of this channel, go to our locals page and become a monthly subscriber. You will not get anything extra. Again, you will not get anything extra. Now, I know some people make their channels, they get members, and then they make their videos members only and stuff. I'm not going to do members only content, because I believe all information should be free and public, and I'm not going to do that. And besides, there's no such thing as exclusive content, because all I need is one troll to join as a member to get a hold of the member content, and then they can rebroadcast it and stream it all over. So why should I make separate content for the members when the trolls can steal it anyway? Because it takes one troll to join a member, and then he can share it to 50 other people. So I'm not going to do any membership-only chats, membership-only live streams. We won't be doing that. This is for support purposes only. I would love to be able to do panels again. That's right, I would love to be able to do panels, but I cannot afford $45 fucking a month on a demonetized channel to have a StreamYards, people. Now, if somebody wants to donate a year's subscription to a StreamYards, then have at it, but it's up to you. This is not a grift for your money. This is not saying pay me or else. I'm gonna keep running my channels as I see fit. I'm gonna still pump out content, regardless of whether the trolls steal my content or not. We're still gonna put out the same content. We're still gonna do the same thing.
but it would be a lot easier to do it if we had support by you guys. So again, nobody is forcing you to do this. No, if you decide to send the channel money, you do this as your free will desires. Okay? Again, you can join my channel and become a member of my channel today for as little as $5 a month by going to my locals. Or you can go to my Rumble channel, which is on the screen, click the red join button, and it will take you to the local page. Sign up for locals, become a monthly supporter, a monthly member, because the money will help us get things like StreamYards and pay for our internet and all that other stuff. But we can't, with or without you, we're still going to do what we're going to do. But like I said, you will get no special perks by becoming a member. You will not get any shout-outs by becoming a member. That's right. We will not tell anybody who you are. And the reason why we will not tell anybody who you are is because if we were to say, oh, Joe Bo is a member of our channel, then all my trolls are going to go over in the chat, Joe Bo. So we don't want that. So you can join anonymously. Nobody has to know. And like I said, the money will be used to, channel content. That's what it'd be used for. So join the channel today if you so desire. Links are there on the screen. Cash App is there on the screen. But it's better if you join through locals. Then you get to sign up as a monthly donator, a monthly member. So there you go. Thank you for watching. Emo Howling Wolf out.
We'll be right back after these messages. Fit as he sees fit. There we go. My head said, your mic is muted. Oh, okay. So, good morning. It is Morning Coffee 343. And I guess my beard is going to be called Snaggletooth this morning because you can only see one side of it. Oh, okay. Groovy. And the other side has become haggard, I guess. So I'll just snip, 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 and make it all nice and even. Anyway, we have we have a depiction of Lady Liberty with her eyes shut. And she's holding the scales in one hand and a sword in the other, representing that justice is blind, and which it's supposed to be, but sometimes it ain't. So yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about legal shit this morning because we can and because we should, particularly when it comes to this idea of, the things that the judges can do and things that judges cannot do, because apparently a federal judge is trying to tell the president of the United States how to run his office. Well, I'm sorry. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Judge, but you can't do that. The president can run his office as he sees fit. I'm sorry. He just can. That is way out of your purview. In fact, it's a violation of Separation of Powers Act. Just so you know, you would think a sitting judge would know the law, right? Apparently not. Look this up, folks. Separation of Powers Act. You got the executive, the judicial, and the legislative. Okay, this should be common sense, I would think. But apparently, this judge seems to think he can tell the president of the United States what to do. Well, I'm sorry, Judge, but you can't do that. Sorry about your luck. And this shirt is a little tight, but that's okay. I'd rather be a little tight than too loose, where I look like I'm wearing baggy clothes or some shit. And that's not working. Okay, we'll just leave it like it is. Anyway, so I hope this, I have a new microphone. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I will show it to you. I have a new microphone, and there it is. It is akin to a Blue Yeti, but it is not a Blue Yeti, but it's akin to one, and but a whole lot cheaper. And so this is not the one that I ordered, though. The one that I ordered had a much larger red area, but oh well, it works. That's all that matters. And now I've got the software installed. Pardon me, I got the software installed, so now it should work really well. And so, yeah, so that's where we're at here. And we are going to discuss this and discuss other things, such as President Trump turning Gaza into a resort. Now, if you have been following along to my videos and paying attention to my videos, you will know that Trump went bankrupt years ago, and that Wilbur Ross, Rothschild's finance guy here in the United States, bailed him out of bankruptcy. And so basically, Rothschild owns Trump. And Rothschild is a European Jew. Now, I don't give a damn what people think. He's still a fucking Jew. If you don't think he's a Jew, go talk to him. Don't talk to me, you know, trying to accuse me of being anti-Semitic for calling someone what they fucking are. Which actually, believe it or not, there are people that will do that. If I call somebody a Jew, they will try to say I'm anti-Semitic. What the fuck? They're either a Jew or they ain't, dumbass. That's not being anti-Semitic. And for the record, let's be clear. What is a Semite? A Semite is somebody that lived 2,000 years ago. Have I bumped into anybody that's 2,000 years old? I don't think I have. Now, if I ever run across somebody that's 2,000 years ago, first of all, I'm going to shake their hand and say, holy shit, you survived 2,000 years and you're still alive? Then the second thing I'm going to do is recoil in fear because, holy shit, he's 2,000 years old and is probably a fucking zombie. Okay? So just quit with the anti-Semitic bullshit, ADL and others, because it's not going to fly with me. I'm an actual historian. You're not going to be able to pull your bullshit on me. And I encourage everyone to do research on shit so that groups like the ADL and various other groups can pull the wool over your eyes and make you think that you're some kind of goddamn criminal when you're not. Okay? Because that's retarded too, since we're talking about the law. It is not unlawful to call a thing what it is, okay? I don't give a damn what anybody says. It's just not. And I would throw that back on them and say, okay, well, you're defaming me, you are chastising me for doing what I'm supposed to be doing, which is calling a spade, right? And I am now out of Mountain Dew again. That is horrible. But yeah, so, you know, and it pains me that I have to say stuff like this. Because I shouldn't have to. You know, it should be, there should be a little bit of common sense kicking in. Even President Trump said, hey, we need to get back to common sense. Well, you're right, President Trump. We need to get back to common sense. That's true. That's absolutely true. Now, as to the legality of Trump turning the Gaza Strip into a resort, because everybody is up in arms over this shit. Well, I hate to tell you guys, but Trump can do whatever the hell he wants with Gaza. They say, Vaughn, that's insane. The Palestinians are claiming the land belongs to them. The Jews are claiming the land belongs to them. No, 1,000 times no. The land belongs to Rothschild, who purchased it from the British via the Balfour Declaration. Go read the Balfour Declaration. The land belongs to Rothschild. Now, this aggravates the shit out of me. I would prefer that he not own the land. Our resident is Israeli that hangs out with me and John every now and then, Sam Samuels. He is regretting the fact that Rothschild owns the land. But the truth of the matter is, yes, Rothschild owns that land. He bought it with his own damn money, which he stole from the Europeans back during the Napoleon War. But that's beside the point. He still bought it from the British legally. Legally. Okay? And that's an important distinction. And it really it really upsets me, actually, that nobody ever sat down and said, hey, wait a minute. All this conflict between the so-called Palestinians and the so-called Jews over land that doesn't even belong to them. It belongs to Rothschild because he paid for it with his own money. I mean, you have to sit here and think, okay, well, why are they fighting over something that they can't even own, that Rothschild already owns? You know, now I could see if they had paid Rothschild back for the land and then had a problem, but that's not what happened. They're claiming the land belongs to them when it don't. It belongs to Rothschild. He paid for it with his own money. Again, go read the Balfour Declaration. Rothschild legally purchased the land from the British, lock, stock, and smoking barrel. And Trump, who now works for Rothschild, yes, he does. He does. He works for him. Can do with that land whatever the hell he wants. And there's not a damn thing the Jews or the so-called Palestinians can do about it. And since we're on the subject of anti-Semitism and Jews and Palestinians, let me make myself abundantly clear. As someone who has some gray hair on his head, note the gray hair, let me make myself abundantly clear on this issue. I watched live on TV, not secondhand news, not third-hand information, not fourth-hand information, not a conspiracy website. I watched on mainstream news where Yasser Arafat, a convicted criminal in Egypt, literally created the so-called Palestinians and turned them into a group called the PLO, a terrorist organization, who then immediately went into Lebanon and slaughtered millions of innocent Christians. But yet I see Christians like Stu Peters get on this medium and sit there and kowtow to these terrorists, these PLO terrorists, who slaughtered Christians, every man, woman, and child, slaughtered them in cold blood. Go ask Bridget Gabriel. She barely escaped with her life. People have very short-term memories, apparently, when it comes to Muslims. Or how about my pagan friend that I watched the other night, who sits there and sucks up to these so-called Palestinians, when I will remind everyone that it was the Muslims that slaughtered whole pagan civilizations via the Ottoman Empire. Whole pagan civilizations completely wiped out every man, woman, and child. Well, Vaughn, surely these people must have been evil. No, actually, according to the Muslims' own religious documents, the pagans were never at war with them. They never did anything wrong. But good old Muhammad and the Ottoman Empire and all these other Muslims said, we got to go in there and kill them everyone anyway, because our holy book says to do it. And that's the truth. And my head's being cut off for some stupid reason. There we go. So, let's be clear about history, shall we? Okay, because I am a historian. And I want to make damn sure that it's understood that I watched the Palestinians being made live on TV thanks to Yasser Arafat, Jimmy Carter, and Bill Clinton. Oh, I was sitting there shaking heads with a convicted criminal. Yeah, oh God. Yeah, Yasser Arafat, convicted criminal in Egypt. In fact, that's who the Palestinians are. Because what Yasser Arafat did, he went to all these Middle Eastern countries and scooped up all their criminals, brought them to Egypt or Israel, slammed them down in one big group and said, y'all are Palestinians now. Walid Shoebat, you can go to his website and read it for yourself. Walid Shoebat said, I went to bed an Egyptian and I woke up the next day a Palestinian. Why? Because that's what Yasser Arafat wanted to call him. The Palestinians are not a real people. They have never been a real people. They're still not a real people. I don't give a damn who says they are, because I watch the shit live on TV. It's not hearsay if I'm watching it live on fucking TV, okay? So, now granted, this was back in 1971, and I realize everybody has short-term memory, but still, you know, how hard is it to Google Yasser Arafat and find out that these so-called Palestinians are a terrorist group called the PLO? How hard is that? It's not hard. It's really not that hard. And by the way, let's be abundantly clear. Muslims don't give a damn whether you're a Christian, a pagan, or an atheist, or, you know, they just don't care. Or even a Jew. They'll kill you. It's in their holy book to do it. In fact, there's a passage in the Quran. It says there's a Jew behind this rock. Come and kill him. That's in the Quran. See, it pays to read their own damn holy books, right? You know, just like in the Talmud where it says okay to sacrifice non-Jewish humans to God, to Hashem, as a sacrificial offering. Holy hopping horse shit. And it doesn't have to be a child this time. It can be a full-grown adult. Wasn't that just ducky? Read their damn religious writings, folks. And you know, let's be fair here. I didn't read Trump's books. If I had read Trump's books, I would have known he was a Kabbalist Jew a long time ago, back in what, the 70s when that book came out, The Way to the Top by Donald Trump. I think it came out in the 70s. If I had read it, I would have said, oh, well, Trump's a Jew. He's a Kabbalist Jew. He has a rabbi that he talks to regularly who's teaching him Kabbalism, Kabbalah Judaism, whatever. And so he's a Jew. And that, you know, no harm, no foul. But see, I'm guilty of it too. I didn't read his books. You know, when everybody started calling him a Christian, okay, well, maybe he is. And it turns out, no, that's wrong. He's a Jew. He's a Kabbalist Jew practicing magic. I don't know how far along he is. I don't know to what extent. But, you know, he's a Kabbalist Jew. He practices magic. And the gods came to me when I still thought he was a Christian. The gods came to me, and gods and goddesses, they came to me and they said, Trump's like you. Trump is like you. And I said, that's impossible. I'm a sorcerer. I practice magic, you know, and I push back against the darkness. But, you know, I guess you could theoretically push back against the darkness without using magic, but it helps. But, you know, but yeah, and they kept over and over and over again. They kept on, you know, no, Trump is like you. Trump is like you. And I'm like, that can't be. Christians are not allowed to practice magic thanks to good old King James and King George. And they kept on. They kept hammering it on. And no, he's like you. And that's what prompted me to go do some digging and say, well, no, wait a minute. Okay, well, if he's like me, then that means he's doing magic of some kind. Well, it turns out Kabbalah Judaism is literally the practice of mystical things, you know, incantations and scrying and, you know, magic and various spells and whatnot. And it hails back to Babylonian times. And, you know, the problem I have with that is that they tend to be a little on the dark side. So, you know, I, on the other hand, represent the light, hence the name light worker. You know, I use the term light worker online a lot because I'm a representative of the light. And so it amazes me, you know, how naive we can be and how gullible we can be by not researching these people, these groups, finding out what they say in their own damn writings. And then it's like, oh, wow, surprise, Jews are totally okay with human sacrifice as long as it isn't a Jew. Muslims are okay with raping your women, lying to your face, and killing you and stealing all your shit. Because apparently Muhammad thought that was a cool thing to do. Oh, wait, he did. Because Muhammad was a thief long before the Quran was even written. He was a thief, a murderer, a rapist, and a sexual deviant. In fact, according to many hadiths out there that you can actually go read for yourself, when Muhammad came out of the cave, his aunt was sitting out there, and he had sex with his aunt. It's like, what the fuck? What's that shit all about? But he did. I mean, go read it. It's in the hadiths. I don't make this shit up. I don't have to make up anything. The truth, 99.99% of the time, the truth is scarier than the fiction. And that's the truth, man. That's just reality. But yeah, no kidding. I mean, go read the hadith for yourself. I mean, he comes out of the cave after supposedly talking to Gabriel, which we found out later he couldn't have talked to Gabriel because Gabriel told Daniel, said, I can't come back. I'm at war with demons in the skies and what have you, and I can't return. Oops. Okay, so who did Muhammad talk to? He didn't talk to Gabriel. He couldn't have. Gabriel said he couldn't come back. He's busy fighting with demons. So who did Muhammad talk to? I think it's pretty obvious, isn't it? The devil comes as an angel of light. Isn't that what's written? The devil comes as an angel of light to deceive you, make you believe shit that isn't real. Yeah. But anyways, moving along. I had my pagan friend the other night. I'm watching his show, and apparently nobody does any damn research on these Palestinians and find out that they killed pagans and Christians in Lebanon and elsewhere, and that they were a terrorist group called the PLO. I mean, you would think somebody would do a Google search on these fuckers before deciding to side with them. Right, Stu Peters? God damn. Do some research, people. This is not hard. It's not. I told somebody on True Social just the other day, I said, this is not hard. Anybody can go on. I mean, if you're willing to do some deep diving, you can find this stuff. Granted, a lot of it is kind of hidden and shrouded, and you got to go digging for it, but it's there. It's not hidden. Not really. You just got to, hunt for it a little bit. You got to put some effort into it. And a lot of people don't want to put the effort into it. They're like, I'll just listen to my pastor, or I'll just listen to, my rabbi, or I'll just listen to my sheikh or my Mahdi or my imam or whatever. It pays to know what the fuck you believe in and are thinking and are dealing with, and who you side with, and what they believe, and what their books say, and what their writings say, and what their actions show them to be, because actions speak louder than words. Because I had these people saying, well, those aren't true Muslims if they're out slaughtering people by the thousands. And I'm like, nah, not exactly. Because if you read the Quran, it says to do exactly that. You're to come to a country, lie in wait till you have sufficient numbers, and then rise up, slaughter everybody, and take the country over for Islam. That is the main tenet of Islam. Because Islam is not a religion. Islam, the Quran is not a holy book. What the Quran is it is a book of perpetual war. Because the way the Quran is written, there will always be a kafir, there will always be an infidel. There will always be somebody that you need to kill. So the logical question then is, okay, well, wait a minute. God is God. God has legions of angels, but yet he needs my happy ass to kill a whole bunch of people. Why? Why is that? Why would a God need me to kill anyone? Oh, wait. He don't. He has legions of angels. And the Muslims even believe in other spiritual beings called jinn. Okay, so all these spiritual entities out there that exist that are under the command of God, but he needs your happy ass to kill a bunch of people. Why? Think, people. Use your brain and think. No, God doesn't need you. He's got legions of angels to do whatever the hell he wants done. He don't need you. So why are you out here killing people? Because Muhammad said so? No, Muhammad was deceived by a demon posing as the angel Gabriel. That's the only conclusion that you can reach. And the reason you reach this conclusion is because the angel Gabriel tells him, oh, you can still be a thief, you can still be a murderer, you can still be a sexual deviant, you can still be a terrorist, and God will honor you for that. What? Wait, no. Common sense should tell you that don't make no damn sense. Okay? So it takes critical thinking to figure out what this shit is all about, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. And that's, that's why I got Lady Liberty here, or Lady Justice here. Because we need to understand the law, common law, nature's law. Nature's God. My favorite line by the Founding Fathers. Nature and nature's God. Well, isn't that something? Of course, when you see good old King James slaughter all your Christian friends, sometimes right in front of you, that kind of puts a damper on Christianity, doesn't it? But yeah, King James, King George, both. They had no problem slaughtering Christians by the thousands that didn't agree with their particular ethos of Christianity. Baptists especially, I hear. Anybody out there a Southern Baptist? Yeah, good old King James loved killing your happy ass. But yet you got his Bible under your arm, don't you? Oops. Wait a minute. King James was killing. Yeah, Google it. Better yet, go to a library and dig it up. Because I heard they're trying to scrub the internet now. Good old King James. All the things he did. Gee, I wonder how that got started. Oh, could it be because I exposed his happy ass as a fucking murderer? And now everybody's wanting to scrub the internet of all that information? So you better get on the internet and get what you can get before they scrub it all. Or better yet, go to a library and find out for yourself. Yeah, King James and King George slaughtered Christians. Yeah, they did. And this is why the Founding Fathers, when they came here, said, look, we're not making this a Christian nation. We're not making it a theocracy. Hi, Nick Fuentes. We're not making it into a theocracy. We're not going to make it into a Christian nation. We're going to put freedom of religion as the bedrock, the cornerstone of this nation, which it is. Which is why, as a pagan, I am very happy with the United States, because freedom of religion is the chief cornerstone of this nation, literally. And without it, I would be dead, and many other people would be dead. And it would be no different than the bloodbaths that have been occurring for thousands of years. All right. And that is an important distinction that a lot of people gloss over. And I am going to go get a Mountain Dew. I will be right back. And say it with me, class. I will be back after these important messages.
To the Ayatollahs of Iran and every... You murdered the swamp.
Yes. Much better. It's much better. And we have the redoubtable Uncrustables with us this morning. Yes, we do. Great flavor, by the way. So how y'all liking this new microphone? Is it coming in good and strong? I tested it yesterday before installing the software because I couldn't get the Windows slider to go up and down. And it turns out it runs on its own software. So you install the software and then you can adjust the sliders as you see fit, which eliminates a problem I had, doesn't it? Yeah, because I had a problem where Windows was popping down my microphone all the damn time. That's very infuriating. So I no longer have that problem. Isn't that great? Yeah. That's awesome. I no longer have that problem. It runs on its own software. And the software was easy to install, and it doesn't take up any computer power at all. Barely noticeable. So, getting back to Trump. Trump can do with the Gaza Strip whatever he wants because his boss, Rothschild, is no doubt telling him, hey, I want to develop that land, which suits Trump just fine. You've got to understand what's going on. Trump is Rothschild's man to reclaim everything that had kind of drifted away. Trump campaigned on getting rid of the Federal Reserve. Did he not? Mm-hmm. Yes, he did. And yet, it's still there. Why? Because the Federal Reserve, pardon me, it turns out, is owned and operated by his boss, Rothschild. And let's be clear, Rothschild is his boss. Let's be abundantly clear on that. J.D. Vance hanging out with Peter Thiel, a globalist member of Bilderberg. And you're like, hey, Bon, wait a minute. Isn't Bilderberg these rich elitists that meet in secret and literally plot to control the world? Yeah. Yeah, those guys. And Peter Thiel was with Trump when he came down the golden escalator. Folks, if you haven't watched it yet, you need to come here to Odyssey. And by the way, while you're here at Odyssey, please thumb up my videos. I'd really appreciate it. Please consider becoming a member. For just $10, folks, you can become a member, and then you can holler all kinds of epitaphs at me. It'll be fun. And you can participate in chat. But yeah, you need to get here to Odyssey. And if you haven't already seen it, you need to get here to Odyssey, and you need to watch my video, One Big Happy Family. That video will scare the shit out of you. Because it shows you how they're all friends, they're all buddies, they're all interconnected with each other. And by the way, they're all Democrats. And yes, even Zuckerberg is in on that. And you're like, that can't be. Well, I'm sorry, but it is. Employee of the week, most definitely. This guy is boss. I don't care what anybody says. I love this guy. He stood up to Maxine Waters and Nancy Pelosi, so he definitely rules. I think he should get a medal. He should get a medal just for putting up with Nancy Pelosi and Maxine Waters and their grifting. Pardonnez-moi, monsieur. All right. All right now. I learned my lesson well. So you can't please everyone, so you got to please yourself. So that's where we're at on that. So, but everybody, oh, well, the land belongs to the Palestinians. No, it does not. Rothschild paid for the land. The land belongs to the Jews. No, it does not. Rothschild paid for the land. It's Rothschild's land. He can do with it whatever the hell he wants. Bibi has absolutely no say whatsoever in what Trump does. None. Zero. Because it's Rothschild's land. Rothschild can do whatever he wants with it. Rothschild could sit there and tell Trump to just level it and make it one huge parking lot, and Trump would do it because Rothschild is Trump's boss, and Trump is there to do whatever Rothschild says to do with that land. Period. End of story. Well, he ain't got no right to kick them poor defenseless Palestinians. You mean the poor defenseless Palestinians that slaughtered thousands and thousands of Christians and pagans? Those Palestinians? Yeah, give me a break. Go cry your damn crocodile tears for somebody that really deserves it. Because I don't think we should be supporting a bunch of goddamn terrorists. Now, I'm not saying that the Jews are angels, because they're not either. But holy shit, you don't sit there and say, oh, because the Jews are fucking evil, we're going to side with terrorists now? No, we don't. And so, these people saying Trump ain't got no right to remove them Palestinians and refuse them access. Yeah, he does. Again, his boss, Rothschild, owns that land. Lock, stock, and smoking barrel. Go read the Balfour Declaration. That land was legally purchased by Rothschild. It's his land. And if he tells Trump, go over there and turn it into a resort with a beachfront property, that's exactly what Trump is going to do. And that's exactly what Trump is doing, apparently. I get so incensed over people that don't know their history. Or they don't want to know. Right? Key point there. They don't want to know. So let's be abundantly clear here, folks. It's going to get developed into a resort. And it's going to have beachfront property. It's going to probably have casinos. It'll probably have all kinds of stuff. And Trump even said that once it's developed, if Palestinians want to come there and shop or whatever, or, maybe even buy land if they've got money. You got the money, honey. I've got the time. Remember that song from years ago? So, but it's going to be a resort. Now Sam Samuels seems to believe that God is going to send a tidal wave that's going to wipe everything out of Gaza. I don't know. Don't care. I really wish we'd stay the hell out of the Middle East and let Putin have it. Well, Bon, we can't let Putin have control of all that oil in the Middle East. Why not? Did you hear what Trump said the other night? We have more oil right under our feet than all of the Middle East combined, especially Saudi Arabia. And now that we know that Gaia reproduces this shit, we don't have to worry about a thing, right? No. We don't have to worry about nothing. Gaia reproduces it. It's just like in your body. The bone marrow in your bones reproduces red blood cells. It's true.
What?
Google it.
It's like blood cells? So is he trying to say in a roundabout way that oil is just milk from the teat of Gaia, folks? Just keeps making oil, folks, forever, of course. Makes sense.
For God's sake. All right, Gaia's in a similar situation. She reproduces oil. All those capped oil wells we had from years ago, remember, like, I think, what was it, the 1980s or something, where we had all them capped oil wells, and everybody's like, oh my God, we're running out of oil. Well, when they went back and checked those capped oil wells, what did they find? Oh, they're full of oil again. Well, imagine that. Gaia produces oil. Oil is not a finite product, and it's not created by dinosaur bones. Now, I don't claim to know how Gaia makes oil. I don't claim to know that, but I do know she makes it because all those capped oil wells now suddenly have oil in them again. So she obviously makes the shit somehow. So, and by the way, she needs it to keep her inner workings lubricated. Remember the mysterious noise of 2012? Remember that? After we had siphoned off a shit ton of oil out of her, and then all of a sudden you hear this grinding, and like metal against metal and rock against rock, and it's a grinding noise. What was that? We took too much oil out too fast. That was the mysterious noise of 2012. We took too much oil out too fast, and it actually hurt Gaia. Now, well, God, what are you saying here, Bon? That Gaia is a human being, like a human being? No. I am no expert on Gaia, don't claim to be, but my understanding of Gaia is that she is alive. Now, she's not alive in the sense of like you and I. She would be more akin to being alive like a plant. And, now some people believe that Gaia is sentient. Some people believe that. I don't know if I want to go that far until I have more information. But is Gaia alive? Is the Earth we're standing on alive? Yes. Yes, it is. Absolutely. There is no question of that. There's no question of that. And how do we know this? We know this because whenever there's a calamity or something, bad, Gaia ends up cleaning it up all by herself, doesn't she? Most times, yeah. And I don't know what Big Dog is barking at. I ain't got a clue. No, he was back here. Now he's out front. Until then. So, Trump can do with that land whatever he damn well pleases. Because the land was legally purchased from the British by Rothschild via the Balfour Declaration. Go read it. And like I said, I ain't got no love for Rothschild. I certainly don't like the fact that he owns the land, but he does. Which means all this fighting over the land was what? Bullshit. It's bullshit. Fighting over a land that don't even belong to you. Now that is the height of stupidity, in my opinion, because you're talking about people dying over something that ain't even yours. Why? It makes no sense unless you realize that you're being played. Like I said, do you see Jews and Muslims slaughtering each other here in the United States or over in the UK or in Australia? Do you see Jews and Muslims killing each other? No, you don't. Gee, I wonder why. Could it be because you're being played? Yeah, you're being played. And you need to understand that you're being played. And until you get it up here, it's not going to help you. It's just not. You You got to get this shit, okay? It's important to understand this stuff. You know, it's like George Carlin told us years ago. It's a big club and you ain't in it. All right? Now, once you get up to millionaire status, you might can get your foot in the door, maybe. You know, on the level of, say, Warren Buffett or something like that, you know. Now, once you hit billionaire status, you're in like Flint, you know. But until then, keep knocking at the door. Someone's knocking at the door. Somebody's ringing a bell. Do me a favor, open the door and let them in. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right, so, you know, you need to be at least millionaire status. You know, it's like the Uber truck thing, all right? And at the time, I thought Musk was a trillionaire, but apparently he's just shy of being a trillionaire. But I thought he was a trillionaire. And so I kept telling people, I said, look, a millionaire gives a billionaire a truck designed by a trillionaire. Where are we at in that scenario? Where are we at in that scenario? Oh, we're nowhere in that scenario, are we? No, we're not in that scenario nowhere. Now, like I said, at the time, I thought Musk was a trillionaire. He's just shy of being a trillionaire, apparently. Oh, well, I was close, you know. And in fact, they're saying that, you know, a few people may actually, you know, here within, say, the next, well, within Trump's term, some people may bounce over into the trillionaire category. So I don't know. We'll see. Apparently, Musk has some other things going on that could actually get him to that place. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, you know, unless you're an entry level millionaire, you're not even going to get your foot in the door. You know, that's just the way it is, folks. Sorry, it's just the way it is. You know, and people ask me, you know, what is $1 million today? I said, not much. Not much. You know, when you're talking trillions and trillions of dollars, I just listened to somebody just yesterday who said, you know, our national debt is increasing at $2 and $3 trillion a year. So what's $1 million in that scenario? Not much. Not much. You know, it seems crazy, you know, because to normal thinking mind, you know, $1 million, I mean, my God, I can retire, you know, which that may be true, depending upon where you live. Now, if you're living in California or New York and you think $1 million is going to let you retire, yeah, no, it's not. Sorry. And don't forget, boys and girls, luxury tax, income tax, death tax, excise tax, property tax, and just on and on and on and on. And so that $1 million whittled down to maybe a few nickels. Speaking of nickels, Trump has said he's wanting to get rid of the penny and the nickel. Says their time has come and gone. And this should raise red flags to everyone. Because what is one of the key things that the New World Order kept harping about? Cashless society. Well, if you get rid of pennies and nickels, what's the next logical step? Cashless society. Digital society, we would call it today. You know. You don't think they've got a plan for digital cash? Of course they do. Biden was talking about it even. Biden was talking about that shit. So yeah, they've got a plan for cashless society. Bet on it. Always have. I've been talking about the New World Order's designs on cashless society going all the way back to almost to 1970 when I first started this shit. And I see some people looking at me like a deer in headlights. Wait a minute, you've been doing this truth shit since 1970? Yes. Yes, in 1970, I acquired a book through Scholastic Book Club, which, by the way, still exists, believe it or not.
Remember, he was born in 1963, folks. So 1970, he's 7 years old. And he's, you know, He's bum hip, folks. He's been fucking turned on, as they say.
I was surprised to see Scholastic Book Club was still around. But yeah, Scholastic Book Club, and there was a book, and it was called None Dare Call It Conspiracy. Now you got to understand, back in the 70s, that book was conspiracy theory, okay? Because none of the events had occurred yet. But when you go and get that book today and read it today, it reads like a damn newspaper. Because damn near everything in the book came to pass. And that book led me into the John Birch Society, where I became a member of the John Birch Society. And then, you know, after being a longstanding member of the John Birch Society, I then branched off into other things and began to learn more and more and more about what's going on in the real world that I heretofore had not known. And so my eyes kept getting more open to what was really happening. And the level of evil that's in the world exponentially is just crazy. And, you know, you read a book like that today, and it's like, why would I even have doubted this book, you know? Because when you read it today, it's like, why would I have even doubted it? I mean, the person was dead on the money, on down near 99%. It's like, wow, you know. So you gotta understand that everything you believe is what, class? A lie. That is the beginning of wisdom. When you get to the place where you find, when it finally registers up here that everything you believe is a lie, yes, even your religion, then it becomes clear as to what's really going on in this world. Because then, you know, it's like that. It's like that movie, Never Retreat, Never Surrender. Bruce Lee comes in the room, and the guy is wanting to train, and he says, "You can't." And he says, "What?" And he takes two glasses. He's got a glass with pop in it, soda, Coca-Cola, I guess. But he's got soda in one, got water in the other. And he goes to pour the water into the soda glass, and the guy's like, "No, wait, you can't do that. It'll overflow." And he's like, "Aha." And so then he tosses it out, tosses the soda out, and then he pours the water in, says, "Now you're ready to learn." Okay. You got to get all the bullshit that's been programmed into your head out of your head first. Then you can learn. Then you can start realizing what's going on around you, and your eyes will be open, and you can actually see the corruption and the evil. You know, it's just like in the movie They Live, you know, put them sunglasses on, baby. Now you can see shit that you never thought you could see. You know, but you gotta clear your mind of all that bullshit that's been programmed into you by society. Otherwise, you can't learn any of it. You just can't. But the beginning of wisdom is realizing that everything you believe is a lie. And, you know, not to make a fine point on it, but I am. We got our boy William Casey here to back me up 100%. All of it. It's all bullshit. And so you have to empty yourself and then start over again. Because that's what he told his men to some effect. He says, like, yeah, you know, because they're like, well, what do we do? If everything is a lie, what do we do? You got to start over. You got to start over. And it's like I've said a million times, it's a real gut punch, but you got to start over. You don't have a choice. You don't get a choice in this, man. You know, once you realize that you've been lied to your entire life, that really sucks. And so now you gotta go on with it and try to figure shit.
Folks, we're experiencing some technical difficulties here. What's going on? Give me a second to work on this.
Right back
Here we go.
after these messages.
I ain't got no kids anymore, but I got a fuck ton of chairs.
Come on down to Stinky's World of Fucking Chairs.
Holy hopping horse shit! We got chairs out the ass. Big chairs, little chairs. We're liquidating the fuck out of these chairs. We got chairs for all sorts of asses. And a mukbanging. We got that chair. Lymphedema. We got that chair. Watching the Weather Channel. We got that chair. All chairs are made in the great USA, not China! So remember, for all your chair needs,
come on down to Stinky's World of Fucking Chairs.
Stinky's World of Chairs. We'll sell you the entire seat, but you only need the edge.
Alrighty, we're having a live show, and Cisco was here, but his devices weren't working. So as soon as his devices get working, he'll be back. In the meantime, we do have breaking news. So let's do the official breaking news intro, which is what we should do. So here we go. Alrighty, breaking news. Tulsi Gabbard has been approved as the Secretary of Intelligence for the United States. So congratulations to Tulsi Gabbard. Much deserved, I suspect. They grilled her pretty hard in the Senate subcommittee. Now, my understanding is that this is a preliminary vote for some crazy mixed up reason, and that the actual vote still has yet to occur. And, you know, these multiple votes to approve these people, I don't remember that happening under the Obama administration. Did I miss the memo? Because I don't remember there being 2 and 3 and 4 votes to get these people approved. I don't remember that under the Obama administration. Maybe I missed the memo, but I sure as hell don't remember it. But anyway, this is a preliminary, this is a cloture vote, as they call it. And supposedly the real vote has yet to occur. Now, also, there was a cloture vote, I think, for it was either for RFK or Kash Patel, one or the other. I'm not sure which one. So I'll have to go back and look. But supposedly they had a cloture vote today as well. But like I said, this multiple having to vote for them multiple times to be approved, I don't remember that happening under the Obama administration. His people were whisked right on through like sauce through a goose. So I don't remember. I don't remember this. I don't understand. Let me see here. He's having a connection issue, he says. He's having connect. We'll try anyway. Get back in. Just all you got to do is, it just said you needed to get your equipment to work. That's all. So just get your equipment to work. Piece of cake. Come on back, Cisco. Get your equipment up. You'll be fine. Try again. Try again. Hey. He says, let me know of the potential asteroid impact in 2032. Are we even going to be here in 2032? That's what, let's see, this is 25. So that'd be 5, 6, 7, that'd be 7 years from now. Yeah, I guess we'd be here. I don't know. I don't know if America would be here, but we'd be here, I guess, if we survive, if we somehow make it. But Let's see here. Let me go on ahead and click on that link. And okay, yeah, no, I don't want to do that. Thank you. Oh, great, it disappeared. Wasn't that just Ducky? When I said I wasn't interested, it got rid of it. Oh, there it's back. Yeah, so you got, and it gets rid of it. Oh, okay. Wasn't that just Ducky? So if I get rid of that little stupid box, it gets rid of the thing, and I can't. That's so retarded. What the hell? Let me see here. The James Webb. Oh, this content is exclusive to subscribers. Oh, okay. Well, that's why I can't see it then. Shit. Okay, Asteroid going to hit in 2032. Okay, let me see if I can get a general link for that that I don't have to be a subscriber to. Asteroid hit in 2032. 1%. 1%. A newly discovered asteroid has a tiny chance of smacking Earth in 2032, Space Agency officials said Wednesday. Scientists put the odds of a strike at only slightly more than 1%. So, next to nothing, apparently. So, yeah, that's not much. That's not much, man. Oh, there he is. If I can get it to work. What the hell? Okay, there it is. All right, there you are. Unmute. You got to unmute. You got to unmute.
Right, mic check.
Mic check. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, that was weird. I guess trolls are DDoSing me or whatever.
Who knows? Who knows what they're up to? Who knows and who cares? I mean, since I got you here, Cisco, I want to ask you flat out. Do my videos have anything to do with trolls, typically?
Not that I'm aware of.
In fact, what do I usually talk about?
Just news topics, I guess.
News topics, politics, religion.
What's going on in the world, yeah.
What's going on in the world, right. That's what I talk about. But you don't see me sit here going out of my way to talk about the trolls or any of that shit.
No, you mentioned Ernie Chrysler once in a while, but he's like the kingpin of the trolls.
Right, he's the kingpin of the trolls, right. But aside from occasionally mentioning him, I don't say much, do I?
No, I don't notice anything. You might mention Larry Frost once in a while, but...
Well, I haven't mentioned him, though.
He's your family, so...
I know it. Well, he's family, and I mentioned him in like
family, I guess.
Well, I haven't mentioned him in like a year, though, have I? I don't think
no,
I don't. Okay, so I wanted your opinion because I strive not to talk about these trolls. I strive to talk about current events, such as an asteroid hitting us and killing us all. That's relevant. That's important.
Yeah, so I guess we got 7 years left to live. That's nice.
No, like I said, according to Bing or whoever this is. No, I'm sorry, NBC Chicago. According to NBC Chicago, they say they talked to NASA, and NASA says it has only about a 1% chance of hitting us. So next to nothing. So we're good. Now, is this the only rock coming our way, or is there anything coming?
There's lots that are not detected.
Well, of course, there's lots of them being detected.
They're not looking at the sky like 100% of the time, so.
Well, I know. And by the way, how am I sounding? Am I sounding okay?
Yeah, you sound fine.
I sound fine? Okay, cool. Well, that's good. I've been messing with my settings on my new microphone, so I just want to make sure I'm good. Okay, they moved the Apophis back to 2029 or 2036. Now, Apophis is a planet killer asteroid, but my understanding of Apophis is that if and when it does hit by, it has this narrow window that it has to pass through in order to be effective. And if it passes through that window, it will slingshot around the sun and nail us in the ass in 2036. So it can zip by us in 2029, and if it hits that window, it'll slingshot around the sun and nail us in 2036. And Apophis is a planet-killing asteroid. And, of course, all life on Earth would be snuffed out like a Roman candle. So, but they moved it back to 2029 now. And I think I know why. because it was supposed to zip by in 2024. Well, 2024 is gone. It didn't zip by. So now they're saying 2029.
No, I think the one that's coming in 2032 is going to be like a Tunguska event or Tunguska. I don't know how to.
Yeah, the Tunguska. Well,
yeah, the airburst that destroyed
well,
a
if
city apparently.
Apophis hits,
Or
it'll be
even if
less.
it's a small one that's coming in 2032, like if that hits a major city, it's going to make us wake the fuck up.
It would make a really nasty splash. Yeah.
Oh
It
yeah,
would make a
millions
really
will die
nasty
for
splash.
sure.
But I don't see it.
Even if it's an ocean impact, millions will still die from like coastal.
Well, yeah, well, it could cause a chain of events whereby.
Not to mention the change in temperature, like global cooling and all that. So.
Well, okay. For those of you that don't know, I hate to scare the shit out of you, but for those of you that don't know, there is a rock sitting out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. This rock is sitting precariously on a cliff. And my understanding is that if the conditions are right, this huge rock sitting precariously on a cliff falls into the ocean and creates a huge tsunami that heads straight for the eastern coast of the United States and would theoretically wipe out the entire east coast of the United States, the old capital, Pennsylvania included. So, if an asteroid was to hit in the Atlantic Ocean, not only would it create massive waves, but it would cause that rock to fall into the ocean and create another massive tsunami. And so it would literally be a 1-2 punch. It would be the massive wave created by the splash of the asteroid, and then it would be the massive tsunami sent by the Canary Islands, which would pretty much finish off anything that was left. So hopefully that scenario will not happen. I've been asking the gods. I said, man, is there really going to be an end time event? And they keep saying no. They keep saying no. I've never heard them say yes to any of that. So I'm going to go with their recommendation, because having a rock hit us in the Atlantic would be a bad idea. But yeah, they're saying now Apophis is 2029 because 2024 came and went, right? And it was supposed to have originally come zipping by in 2024 and go through the window and slingshot around us and around the sun rather, nail us right in the ass in 2036. And if Apophis hits us, we're done. The planet is gone, supposedly. Now, I am not a proponent of space. I'm not a proponent of the Helios model at all. I am a proponent of flat Earth, as you well know, some of you, and so I just don't buy any of this. And like I said, the gods have never, whenever I questioned the gods about it, never got back anything suggesting that it was a literal end of the Earth. In fact, they kind of went out of their way to say no. And you've got a lot of pagan religions out there that believe the Earth is going to end. You've got Christianity, Islam, and Judaism that all say the Earth is going to end someday. And the gods of freedom religion are like, no, man, no. So I'm going to go with their recommendation. Because I kind of like the Earth. I don't want to go bye-bye. I kind of like it.
Over the next 40 hours, I am supposed to get 40 centimeters of snow, apparently.
47 meters? What?
40 centimeters, yeah.
Oh, we got 40 centimeters. I was going to say 47 meters. Holy shit.
No, I know we're supposed to get a big snowstorm, apparently.
That's high as a skyscraper. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Because a meter is what? About approximately 3 foot, right?
Yeah, I'm probably going to not show up to work tomorrow because my electric won't be
47 meters of snow. Yeah, you're not showing up anywhere.
No, my electric won't even go down 40 centimeters of snow. So
you'd be getting yourself out of the snow for a week.
I can get myself a truck or an SUV or something.
Probably be a bad idea. But thankfully, I don't believe, even as far north as you are, I still don't think you're going to get 47 meters.
No, probably like 3 years or something.
So I think you'll be all right. I don't think you're going to get 47 meters of snow.
Supposed to hit around 6 p.m.
Maybe 3 or 4 foot.
Okay, keep that in mind, folks. This conversation they're having involves two people. And they are both so lost on what the other one is fucking talking about. It's just... Anyways. Shit abyss, folks.
3 or 4 foot, something like that.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
So about a meter. You get about a meter of feet, your measurement. About a meter. I just, I thought we were getting ready to come out of this stuff, but it just keeps trying to hang.
So for anybody that's lost, they're talking about just over a foot of snow. Yeah. So
hang on, and it's horrible, but he keeps trying to hang on, but
well,
yeah,
we do have a generator, so we got that.
Oh well, that's good. Yeah, it always pays to have a generator.
And we got
I'll tell you.
Can full of gas too, so it's a gas powered generator if anything goes south.
Yeah, there's several types: electric, gasoline, and propane. And supposedly there's a solar generator, but I don't think those are very big. I think they're just little portable things you wheel around on 2 wheels or something. I don't know how effective those would be.
Once the batteries on those solar battery generators, you get any type of water on them, they'll burst into flames too.
Oh shit! Really?
Well, look at what's happening with the EV cars that are.
Well, but that's lithium batteries. I don't know that they're lithium.
Same thing.
Huh?
Same thing, pretty much.
Oh, it is the same thing.
Well, pretty much any battery that you get water on is going to burst into flames.
Oh, really? Well, that sucks. Well, just have to cover it in plastic or something, I guess. And
well, it's made in the same material.
put a plastic sheet. No, you just put a plastic sheet over it. Just put a plastic sheet over it so it don't get wet. Or maybe position the base somehow in a building or something, and then have the solar panels like on the roof or something. That way it don't get wet. There's ways of getting around that, I would hope.
Yeah,
but now see these lithium batteries, from my understanding, they'll catch on fire. Doesn't matter what you do. There was videos of these Tesla cars catching on fire. And it's like, oh my God, well that ain't no good. And they didn't do anything, there wasn't anything to cause it to happen, I don't think. They just said, hey, I'm going to burst in flames now. See you, bye. It's like, well, my God.
Yeah, even if the battery gets punctured, it could burst into flames for no reason.
Yeah, well, If you poke it with a stick, it's gonna react. But I mean, these Tesla cars, every video I saw, they were just sitting there. It wasn't particularly hot that day or particularly cold. They were just sitting there, and all of a sudden, they just burst into flames.
Now, I wouldn't buy a Tesla unless I won the lottery or something. Then I could.
Well, you can't afford one. You're probably like me.
I can't afford one right now. No. They're like $40,000.
Realistically, though, I mean, if I've got money to burn, what I would do is I would buy one of those 6-wheeled Rolls Royces. Those just look so badass to me. Now, I don't know if I would get it with 2 sets of wheels in the back or 2 sets of wheels in the front. Either one of them looks pretty cool, but that would be what I'd go after, and it'd be normally aspirated, not battery powered. I don't need lithium batteries going boom on me. That's a bad thing. But I was inspired by the movie The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Where Nemo has this 6-wheeled limo, and it's like that's just so cool looking. I would think that would be so cool. Now his, I think, had 2 sets of wheels in front and 1 set of wheels in the back, which that's probably the preferred setup. But as far as I know, those cars are very rare. It might even have to be custom built. I don't know. But if they exist, and if I had money to burn, I might consider buying one of them just for GP. I don't know where the hell I'd park it because they're long. Where the hell do you park something like that? But it would be cool to have, I guess. Something that nobody else has, because I like unique stuff. And it would be really cool to have something like that. But yeah, 1% chance of this asteroid hitting us in 2032. So we're good. Now, Apophis, though. Apophis is the scary one because it is a planet killer. But they've moved the time back. They've moved it back to 2029 now. So it zips by the Earth in 2029. And if it hits that window, it'll slingshot around the sun and nail us in the ass in 2036. And of course, there won't be any planet left. It will literally disintegrate the planet because it is a real planet killer. And so, I don't know. We'll see. But now, like I said, the gods and goddesses of freedom religion have never said anything about an end time scenario. I asked them about Ragnarok, which is the Norse mythology where, heaven and earth are destroyed. They're like, nah. So I'm just not, going down with the end times thing. I'm going to stick with the gods and goddesses of freedom religion who say, no, there is no end time scenario. We're all going to be around for a long, long time. Gaia is not going anywhere. We are not on a spinning ball. Every ancient document, by the way, that, this is a good point. This is a good time to interject this, by the way. Every ancient document says the earth is fixed and immovable. Okay, well, if it's fixed and immovable, there goes the spinning ball rocket right there out the window, right? Because, according to the Helios model, it's rotating on its axis and it's revolving around the sun. And now they're saying some cockamamie crap about the whole solar system is careening through space at billions of miles an hour, which is ludicrous. But, and they had me until they pulled that crap. Then it's like, yeah, no, that's bull. That's bull. But, there is no end time scenario that I'm aware of at this moment, a pagan or otherwise. So to me, it's just a big scare tactic to get you in line and to obey and to do whatever their bidding is. I wouldn't worry about it too much. I just wouldn't.
Well, even a small impact, like a small asteroid, could affect the climate for we would have a mini ice age or something.
Well, it's still got to be a sizable rock. It can't be.
It's got to be over 300 feet, I think.
Yeah, it's got to be like the size of a large building or something before, or a school bus or something like that before, it would have a major impact on us. Because you got to remember, the Earth is massive. It's not. We're not. I guess it's perception. A lot of people don't perceive of just how huge. Even if we are on a ball, okay? Even if we are on a ball, the idea of it being, they somehow kind of shrink the size. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, only this time, Honey, I Shrunk Gaia. And I guess they're not getting the idea that, Gaia is just massive. Because you get the WHO. The WHO gets behind them evil humans, they're going to destroy the Earth. Those evil humans are a fly speck in regards to Gaia. I mean, one human being, if you put a human being next to the Earth, we're so infinitesimally small as to not even make any kind of impact. We have pumped all kinds of nuclear waste, all kinds of toxic gases, and all kinds of crap, and we're still here. Mm-hmm. That tells me, even without any actual hard numbers or anything, that just tells me that our impact is infinitesimally small. And plus, you got all these rich elitists; they're all still running around and flying in their jets and stuff. So apparently, they don't think it's that big a deal either, or they got rid of their jets, right? Yeah. So no, our impact on Gaia is infinitesimally small. Now, having said that, there is the idea that we've been pulling oil out of the ground and Gaia needs oil to lubricate.
Well, not just oil. They think there's millions of gallons of water trapped within the Earth's crust that
there probably is.
It's been solidified. And
all that water had to go somewhere, right?
Now,
I mean, the water had to
my
go
memory
somewhere. Where the hell
recalls
did
me,
it
it's
go?
like 6 quadrillion gallons of water that's trapped in the Earth's
And
crust.
there are scientists that say that there are huge aquifers under the earth, and and I'm like, well, okay, if there was a massive flood of some kind where all the water that was on the
Yeah, where do you think the
outside,
Noah's flood came from? It's probably from the inner Earth.
well, maybe it could be, or perhaps that water that was on
Or
the
from
outside
space or
of the
something.
dome, the water
Came
on the
from somewhere.
outside of the dome, if the dome was ruptured somehow, the water from the outside of the dome came in, caused the flood,
Exactly, yeah.
and then had to go somewhere, so it went into these aquifers under the earth. Because remember, I mean, if we really are a planet out in space, all right, we're bombarded by trillions of tons of dust every year. Okay. Well, what's that going to do to the size of the planet? It's going to make us grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. There's a very, very cool video on YouTube, or at least there used to be. I don't know if it's still there, but where they took the Earth and they shrunk it down real small. And when they shrunk it down real small, what you found is that all of the continents fit together just like jigsaw puzzles. You don't have to turn anything sideways or because this one model that I saw, you have to break India off and flip it upside down and all this other gobbledygook. No, the video that I saw, you just shrink the Earth down. And when you shrink it down, all the pieces of the continents fit together like a jigsaw puzzle. So what happened is that as more and more tons of dust are added to the planet grows, and it gets bigger, and it gets bigger, and it gets bigger, and those continents start to divide, and so it ends up being the Earth we have today. Very fascinating video, and it makes so much sense too. That's the nice thing about it. It just makes good common sense. But yeah, they shrunk it down, and all the pieces fit together. You didn't have to move anything around or change everything. It just all perfectly fit together, which is very interesting. Now, having said that, like I said, I'm not a proponent of space or the ball Earth or any of that. When they started this crap that the solar system itself is creating through space at billions of miles an hour, that's when they lost me. I was fine with the Earth rotating on its axis.
I don't feel any motion or anything. So.
Well, exactly. But I was fine with it spinning on its axis. I was fine with it rotating around the sun. But when they started saying the whole solar system is careening through space at billions of miles an hour, that's when they lost me. That's when I'm like, okay, I'm done. Because that's going way too far.
Not to mention the CGI glitches that are on the ISS footage all the time. You can see the green screen light. I saw this one clip where the green screen merged with the actual live footage. It's like, what the fuck is that?
Right. Well, exactly. And, there's even blooper reels out there that you could go watch where.
Yeah, just type ISS fakery on Google.
Yeah, the
or
ISS
on YouTube
fakery
or anything.
where they got people floating through bulkheads and stuff, and it's like, what the hell, No.
See this one guy floating by on a hook or something.
Yeah, he's floating by on a hook. It's like, well, wait a minute, what's that? But yeah, it's ridiculous. But no, hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the end is not nigh, ladies and gentlemen. The Earth is going to be around. Gaia, I call her. She's going to be around for a long, long time. There is no Ragnarok. There is no end time scenario. Now, having said that, obviously, if humans do like the ancient Vedics did years and years ago with their Vimana spacecraft and start launching nukes all over the place, well, that could end us really bad. But is Gaia going to go anywhere? No, Gaia's going to still be here. And then the keepers are going to come and say, oh, well, yeah, humanity off themselves again, and then they'll just restart us all over again, and it'll be a whole new batch, But according to the Vedic, if you go read it, it said they had these craft called Vimana, which interestingly enough sound like spacecraft. And it said they had weapons that were literally the power of the sun. Well, what does that sound like? It sounds like nuclear weapons, obviously. And so apparently those particular human beings decided it would be a great idea to have a nuclear war. And so they basically off themselves. Oops. Bad idea. Hopefully we will not repeat that process. That's what I'm hoping. But is Gaia going to go anywhere? No, Gaia's still going to be here. You know, if we off ourselves in a nuclear war, Gaia's still going to be here. She's not going anywhere. You know, and like I said, the keepers will just come and start humanity all over again, and bada boom, bada bing, baby.
Well, Trump just talked to Vladimir Zelensky or Vladimir Putin today, and hopefully they'll make a deal.
Yes. Yes. Trump tweeted that him and Vladimir Putin had a wonderful conversation on the phone. And that they come to, you know, some agreements, and they talked about history, which I found fascinating. Who's been talking about history, guys? Oh yeah, that would be me. And so, you know, it's interesting because Trump is doing things that I have talked about in my very videos, and Trump's been doing them. And it's like, you know, things that make you go, It's like, is he watching my stuff? You know, because I mean, what have I said? I've said that, you know, historically, Catherine the Great gave that land to Russia in 3 parts. And so it is technically Russian land. I don't know about what NATO has done or the UN has done or any of those other clowns have done. But historically, the land was given to Russia by Catherine the Great in 3 parts. It does belong to them. And like I said, the Ukrainians aren't even real Ukrainians. They're Nazis, well, the descendants of Nazis from World War II. So they're not even real Ukrainians. You know, so you got fake Ukrainians, fake Palestinians, and fake Jews. It's like, is there anything real on the planet anymore? You know, you have to wonder. You have to actually ask yourself that question. You know, because, you know, people say, well, you know, Jews are real. No, they're not. Because if you actually do some research, you know, say what you will about the Romans, but they're meticulous about keeping records. And apparently what had happened is that at the Battle of Jerusalem, the Judeans, and the Hebrews, which were the ancient Israelis, were wiped out at the Battle of Jerusalem, and their women were sold into slavery. Well, guess what, boys and girls? That's the end of them guys. They're done. Stick a fork in them. They're done. And they're not coming back. Okay, so that was the end of them. So anybody trying to lay claim to any of these ancient groups is barking up the wrong tree, because anyone can go and read about the Battle of Jerusalem and how they got wiped out by Titus Flavius and the boys, and that's the end of the story right there. All right. You know, so I just, you know, so all this talk about anti-Semitism and, you know, we're God's chosen people and all this stuff. No, I'm pretty sure they were wiped out at the Battle of Jerusalem. Pretty sure of that shit. So that's the end of that. But yeah, I'm NBC Chicago is saying that there is only a 1% chance of this rock hitting us. And so now that's not to say we still couldn't get hit, but it's so infinitesimally small as to not really be on the radar.
I think that's an old article. I think it's up to like 2.7% chance now or something like that.
Okay, well, actually,
let me look that up.
I'm looking at it right now. Asteroid 2024 YR4 has been identified as a potential threat with a 2.3 chance of impact. Okay, so they've upped it. It's 2.3 chance now, but that's still
it's trending all right now. So it's trending like right now. Just type Asteroid on Google, you'll see it. So.
Yeah. Okay. NASA and astronomers are closely monitoring the asteroid's trajectory to assess the risk and potential impact scenarios at livescience.com. Livescience.com. All one word, Live Science. It's all one word. Livescience.com. I guess you can see it happening in real time. I don't know. I guess.
Did you catch Cisco? Oh God, I hope it hits. Like, how much do you have to hate your life? Like, seriously, I can see just saying it as a joke, but he said that sincerely. It's like, how much do you have to hate your life to wish that an asteroid, an earth-shattering, life-destroying event occurs? What's wrong with these people?
Just keep doing like I did on Google Earth that day, and just keep refreshing the page, and it'll update you.
Or just type it on Google; it'll show the latest thing.
While the chances of a collision are low, experts advise the public not to panic, as further observations will provide more clarity on the situation. And that's from MSN.com. So Microsoft, in other words. Microsoft is saying, not to freak out, folks, which is a good word. You don't want to freak out about this stuff. Don't let it get to you. Don't let it aggravate you or frustrate you. Okay? Because with 2.3% chance, that's next to nothing, man. It's next to nothing. And if you knew how many rocks pass by the Earth according to the Helios model, you'd probably collapse with fear. Because supposedly there's just tons of rocks out there, and
made the government afraid because apparently the James Webb Telescope is pointed at the asteroid now, so they're studying.
I don't know. It could be. Could very well be. Could very well be.
If it does hit my boss, will still expect me to come into work that day, or he'll offer me a day.
Yeah, isn't that a crock?
Yeah, your boss is like, it's you still got to come into work these days. Like,
there you go.
Fuck off.
And it's like, wait a minute, we just got my asteroid. You want to come to work?
He'll just send me to a different location. Fuck it.
If you even get there, if there's
everything's going to be jammed.
Yeah, exactly. All the roads would be jammed. There might be huge flooding. There might be rock slides and mudslides and just all kinds of mayhem. And your chance of going to work that day is going to nuts.
Especially if it's a planet killer.
Yeah, well, if it's a planet killer, you don't worry about work. You don't worry about work. If it's a planet killer,
he'll still ask me to go to work. I guarantee it.
And what's he going to do? Get to the grave? What's he going to do?
Hopefully.
If it's a planet killer, then there'll be no planet left.
He'll just offer me a day off without pay.
I think you get one a day off that way. I think you can get an eternity off without pay if it's a planet killer.
I ain't going to work for him because this fucking snowstorm. I won't go make it down the driveway, so fuck it.
You can just get some table salt and put all that shit on. Put table salt on that shit and they'll all eat it up, right?
Yeah, but I can't try to work without it, so. I ain't going. I'm not risking it.
Well, not if there's going to be feet of snow. Of course not.
No, like 30 centimeters or something.
Oh, it's only 30 centimeters?
30 to 40, I think it is.
Yeah. Trying to think of what 30 centimeters is in American.
Just Google it.
I may have to. I'm not.
It's a ruler. It's a fucking ruler, guys.
That good with math, and I don't know that much about.
I just hope my roof doesn't collapse.
No. Well, what's the angle of the roof?
Oh, it's just a regular bungalow.
A regular bungalow?
Yeah, 2-story.
If it's
2-story house.
If it's 45 or more, you should be fine. Should be. If it's 45 or more, you should be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now if it's like, say like 10 or 20, then you might have a problem. But if it's like a normal 45-degree angle, like those houses I built in Fallout 4, you should be fine.
Yeah.
You should be all right. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
I think it'll be okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it'll be fine. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
We have really good insurance, so.
Well, good. I'm glad you do. Now you're sharing the place with your mom or something, or what?
Yeah, I can't afford an apartment these days. They're like $3,000, dude.
So it's like New York, in other words.
Pretty much in Ottawa, yeah.
Yeah, see, that's nuts. That's just
like
crazy.
My brother. He's paying $1,700 for a 1-bedroom apartment with his girlfriend.
God. Wow,
$1,700 to $1,800 a month. 1-bedroom apartment.
That's crazy. That's a lot of money.
It's fucked up.
That was a lot of. That's almost $2,000, man. That's
pretty much my entire paycheck, dude.
Oh wow, really? Damn, that's messed up. Yeah, we got to get the prices down, whether it's Canada or America. We got to get the prices.
I saw at the store the other day. It was like $10 for bologna. Like, can you believe that?
$10 for a thing of bologna?
$10 for a thing of bologna.
That's crazy.
Fucking ridiculous.
Bullshit.
Why?
Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit.
Maybe these tariffs or something.
Yeah, tariffs on fucking Canadian bologna. Shut the fuck up, Cisco. I mean, things are expensive, but it's not $10 for a fucking package of bologna.
No, the tariffs shouldn't raise it that high. No.
So I gotta buy the cheap kind in order for me to eat something at work.
That's nuts, man. That's crazy.
It's fucking stupid.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. You all have Canadian bacon. Just eat some Canadian bacon. That ain't going to be expensive because it's grown right there.
We got real bacon. We got bacon strips as well. So I don't like the actual Canadian bacon. I like the strips. So.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, we got both, I guess.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, you know.
No, people get them confused all the time. Like, we got actual bacon strips up here.
See, the only thing affected by a tariff would be American stuff. But if you've got local Canadian stuff there, it should not be affected by a tariff at all. The price should not go up. Now, if Canada is raising the price of your local stuff, in addition to raising the prices of the American stuff, then you got a problem, because then Canada is gouging you, what we call gouging, price gouging. And it's highly...
Just as a side note, Canadian bacon, ironically, can only be bought in the U.S. It's just smoked back bacon. I've taken pictures of this to prove it to my American friends. I have, in my years on the earth as a Canadian, I've never found Canadian bacon in any Canadian grocery store ever. It's completely an invention to sell a product to Americans. It's for Cisco to say we have both. That is just retarded. Like everybody else, there's bacon, there's like back bacon, there's even female bacon. The Canadian bacon is just an invention. It's, anyways.
Legal here in the United States, but, you know, I don't know about Canada. You know, if you've got, let's say you've got a shortage on, well, let's use gasoline. You got a shortage on gasoline. You got cars lined up at the pump going all the way out to the street. Okay, and so the guy that owns the gas station, he hikes the price up to $50 a gallon or some crazy crap like that. Okay, that's price gouging. It is illegal in the United States.
Now, I'm going to send you something. Like, I'm going to post in the studio chat the weekly flyer at our Foodland grocery.
Okay, weekly flyer from your grocery store. Okay, let's
check that out. Now, these are discount prices. You'll realize how fucking expensive
These are
is.
discount. Yeah. Foodland Canada wants to know my location. Nah.
Yeah, just no. Just click on it. It'll show you the discounts and stuff.
No, I'm
what I have to pay for. It'll be fine.
Hold on. Let me see here.
Okay.
Well, now dogs want out.
Prices are ridiculous, dude. 2 cases of pop for $13.
Okay. All right. Let's see here.
No, it's all ridiculous. The prices.
All right. Let me see here.
Almost $5 for cheese. Like, fuck.
Buy one get one free. Strip loin grilled steak.
Yeah, I guess that's not bad. Buy one and get one for you. But
Yeah,
how much is the original price? It doesn't tell you.
Well, yeah, it doesn't tell you what the cost is, which is kind of weird, isn't it? Shrimp with cocktail sauce, $12.99.
$10 for those fucking veggie trays. Save $2.
Yeah.
$11 is fucking scam.
All butter Danish, $5.99. Is that just one Danish?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Holy! Let me see here.
It's lower.
Chicken party wings, and buffalo wings, $15.99. But how many wings do you get? I mean, if you get plenty of wings, it's probably not too bad.
$15.99. Yeah, it doesn't say how many wings.
It doesn't say how many wings. Does it?
I guess 136 kilos or something.
Well, no, you don't know how many wings.
Yeah, it doesn't really say.
10 wings, 20 wings.
Yeah.
Avocados, 3 for
$7.99 for fucking toilet paper.
Triscuit and Ritz crackers. Okay, now those are American, but they're $1.99. That's cheaper than here in the States, dude.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
I think a box of Ritz
product?
crackers. I think a box of Ritz crackers here in the States is going to run you like $2 something.
No,
Pretty sure.
I like the Ritz crackers that has the cheese in the middle of it. You
Right.
get those? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's like an imported product in the United States or what, but maybe it's cheaper up here. I don't know.
Well, your Ritz crackers are cheaper than ours, at least.
Maybe we make them here. It's like,
You might.
check out the price of pop though. Like, holy fuck.
2 for $13 is not bad, dude.
Yeah, but I could go to Shoppers Drug Mart and get like a actual case where it has like 10 cans for the same price.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, it's bigger case up in
Two
Shoppers.
cases though. 2 cases for 13.
No, it's just a bigger case of pop at Shoppers
Because
Drug
see,
Mart.
2 at 13, that would be 6 something a case, which is exactly what we're paying down here. In fact, I think it's cheaper than what we're paying down here. I think we're paying like 7. Oh, dude, I've seen cases online go for like $24-25 a case.
These are just for sale prices.
Oh, it's just for sale price. I see.
Yeah, so don't forget the actual sale.
Right. $11.99 for a bathroom tissue.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad. I don't guess. Might be a little
Depends on
high,
how
but
much you use.
buy one get one free again.
Yep.
Yeah,
check them out.
Mushrooms, my favorite stuff. $4.99 for a pack of mushrooms. That's actually pretty good, I guess.
Depending on what you use it for.
Well, it looks like you get a lot of mushrooms. So, I mean, it's not.
Well, one pack.
Yes.
I think their lips just move faster than their brain, folks.
1 pack, right. 1 pack. But I mean, it looks like there's a lot of mushroom pieces in there.
Depends.
I don't know. You might be all right. $2.99 for, what is that? Chicken?
Salami
chicken?
or something.
Yeah. Salami. Salami.
Or any type of deli meat or something.
Yeah, the deli meat, right.
Now, this grocery store, they had the deli meat where they slice it right in front of you, so you know what you're getting.
Whippet cookies. Now, I have no clue what the hell a whippet cookie is. I don't have a clue, but it says they're $2.99. So,
oh, they're not bad. It's like a cream puff with like granola
it's a
bottom or something like that.
It's a puffy cookie. It's spongy, in other words.
I should send you some sometime.
It wouldn't survive the trip, dude. Don't bother.
Yeah,
It
it'd
wouldn't
probably melt and be like.
because by the time I got it down here, it'd probably be spoiled. So,
unless if it's the winter, then it'd be kind of like in the fridge or something.
I
would have sent it to you in the summer.
Well, yeah, I guess if you did send it during the winter time, it might survive. I don't know.
Might keep its shape. I don't know.
I don't know. That's a good question. I have no idea.
No, those McCain cakes are pretty good.
Ground beef, $5.99 a pound. That's actually not bad, I don't think. I'd have to compare it with ours, but I don't think that's bad. $5.99 a pound for ground beef. I don't know. It might be all right. I'd have to look.
Still expensive.
Pork back ribs, $5.99 a pound. Of course, all this shit's making me hungry now. Thank you. Appreciate that. Ready for you chicken wings. 200 pieces when you buy 1 pound. 500 pieces when you buy 2 pound. 1,000. Oh, never mind. That's points. My bad. Never mind. That's points. Okay, points. I guess they have some kind of point system where you can get like discounts or something like that. And if you get enough points, you can get a discount on your groceries, I guess. That's pretty cool. I like that idea. Dr. Oetker. Never heard of him. Dr. Oetker Giuseppe Thin or Rising Crust Pizza. $4.94.
Oh, the Rising Crust is a gypsy pizza.
Oh, it's a gypsy type pizza. Okay, well, yeah, Giuseppe. I mean, it sounds. No, Giuseppe sounds gypsy, like a gypsy name. Yeah,
I think that's what it is. It could be a gypsy or whatever.
It sounds gypsy. Giuseppe.
Giuseppe or,
wasn't Giuseppe in the children's stuff from years ago? Wasn't Giuseppe the guy that had the little organ grinder and the monkey on his shoulder and shit? Wasn't that Giuseppe?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Like, we used to have a Delizio pizza or a McCain pizza.
Delizio.
Yeah, we used to have Delizio, but
that sounds Italian.
Some reason Trudeau wanted to get rid of it. So,
why do you want to get rid of it?
Maybe it cost too much. I don't know.
Oh, it cost too much? Oh, I don't.
Maybe too many people weren't buying it, but I loved that pizza. I loved Delizio. That was my favorite. So.
Yes, Sharpie. I'll let you back in.
Oh yeah, sorry to hear about Floppy, dude.
What's that?
Floppy, like, sorry to hear about.
This is a test. Can you guys hear my mic? My audio testing 1 2 3.
About that.
Yeah, he's gone. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. Like, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, why is it always the loving ones, the happy ones?
Well, they were Midnight's puppies. Like, when did she have those pups? Like,
dude,
10 years ago?
Sharpie's running around here just fine. Sharpie's running around just fine. It's possible he got hit by a car or something.
Don't say that. Like, did the dogs die at home or?
Floppy, bless his heart, right up to the very end, if I went to him, he would wag his tail a little bit to let me know that he still loved me. And
you must have had that dog for at least 10 years or something.
That night, though, instead of getting in bed with me, he went into the bathroom and curled up in the bathtub and expired. And so
it's one thing I don't understand about dogs. They always go find their own spot and pass away. So.
Well, yeah, they don't want to be near us when they expire. Now, why is that? I don't know. I think it's just the idea that, I don't know, maybe they don't want us to worry or something. I don't know.
Well, for as long as I know you always had that dog, so that.
But now, see, Midnight did the same thing. She didn't get in bed with me that night. She went into the utility room and laid down, and then she expired. So they do that on purpose. That's a dog thing, I guess. where they, if they know they're getting ready to go, they'll go into another room or another place, or they'll find some place to hide, and then they expire there. They won't do it around you, and I don't know why. I guess there's a reason for it, but it's okay. I've lost a lot of animals because of the trolls and haters.
Now, I had a corgi that passed away. She lived to be about 14, 15, and that's usually their max lifespan. So
right. Well,
that
like
was
I
hard.
said though, Sharpie, there's nothing wrong with Sharpie. He's running around. Sharpie acts younger than he did when he was a pup. So I mean, there's nothing wrong. I have to assume that maybe he got hit by a car or something. But anyways, I miss them terribly always, and I still miss
you think
Midnight.
about them often. Same with me. Like all my past dogs that passed away.
I've got Midnight's collar right there. It's still there. It ain't going nowhere.
I'll be right back.
Until it rots and falls to pieces. Then I'll throw it away. But it's right there. It's going to stay right there. Now obviously I don't use the boom mic anymore, and I don't use that boom mic anymore. I use this thing, but the collar stays there until it rots, because Midnight was my best buddy, and Floppy was my best buddy. So yeah, Sharpie. I mean, I like Sharpie, but he's kind of aloof. He kind of stays off to himself. He's not a lovey-dovey type dog. You can't scoop up Sharpie and love on him like you could Floppy. It's just not happening. He'll jump right out of your arms. Not because he doesn't want to be held, but because that's just not his way. That's just not his demeanor. And but there's nothing wrong with Sharpie at all. I mean, he's running around here acting like a puppy all the time. Like I said, he acts younger now than he did when he was a real puppy. So I mean, I don't think that Floppy should be gone. I think she's gone, or he's gone. Excuse me. I think he's gone because of ulterior motives. But putting that aside, he is gone, and there's no coming back from that. And so we got to move on. But hopefully there will be. I don't know. I was thinking about that actually.
Yeah, I had a corgi, and I also have a chihuahua as well, but one of the orange ones. So.
Oh, you got an orange chihuahua. Okay.
Yeah, she's about like 14 now. So.
I do not have an official answer from the gods and goddesses about this, but I've been thinking about it. Is there going to come a day when the gods and goddesses are going to be like, yeah, screw this time shit, and they just do away with time. They just do away with time. They do away with death. They do away with all of that shit, and we don't have to ever worry about that anymore. Is there ever going to be a time like that? I don't know. Maybe. I don't have an official word from the gods and goddesses on that, but I have been thinking about it. Because I can kind of see it, and then again I kind of cannot. Because I mean, think about it. If there's no end to time and there's no death, then eventually the earth really would be populated, and the WHO would be right. So I don't know. I don't know about that sort of thing. And it's one of those mind cruncher things anyway that just makes your mind go tilt. So I'm not going to really put much effort into it. And like I said, I've never got an official story from the gods on that one, but I have been thinking about that. When you have a death in the family, you think about things, you think about how finite life is, and for me, it's always seemingly the nice ones, the kind.
Breaking news.
What's that?
Breaking news.
What?
2 pilots rescued after a military plane crashed into San Diego Harbor.
Oh, very good. We rescued both of them?
Let me send you a link. Yeah, they're safe. No one died.
No one died. Well, that's good. About time. I like good news.
What's up with these plane crashes lately? Like, holy fuck.
well, there may be.
They're probably trying to blame Trump for it, of course.
There may be something to that. You never know. You never know. There might be.
Check the chat.
There just might be something to that. You never know. Well, let me officially get it over here and disable my ad blocker. Oh my God, my ad blocker is disabled, you morons! Why'd you put that there? It says disable your big box. Disable your ad blocker. My ad blocker.
I noticed
is
that
disabled.
too. Like ad blocker doesn't always work. Like even on YouTube now, it's like you got to skip.
And even when you do have it on, it doesn't always work. So I mean, you know, what's the deal? You know,
I guess they're trying to combat it or something. So
who knows? It's just kind of silly, if you ask me. How do I get rid of this? I can't get rid of it. Okay, well, anyway, let's all right, let's do this upright. All righty. 2 pilots rescued after military plane crashes into water near San Diego, officials say. The military plane that crashed was a Boeing EA-18G Growler, reports say. 2 pilots flying a military plane have been rescued and taken to the hospital after the aircraft crashed into the water near Shelter Island in San Diego, California, according to fire officials. San Diego Fire said the crash was reported at 10:16 a.m. local time, and that the military confirmed at 10:42 a.m. that only 2 pilots were aboard the plane. No fatalities were reported, and the 2 pilots were taken to a nearby medical center for treatment, according to the San Diego Fire. The department did not disclose the pilot's current medical conditions. And there's the plane, I guess, or one similar to it. Pilots in stable condition after being underwater for a minute. The U.S. Navy told local media outlets KUSI and KGTV the plane was a Boeing EA-18G Growler. The U.S. Coast Guard said the pilots were in stable condition after they were underwater for 1 minute, according to KGTV. So, today reached out to the U.S. Navy and Coast Guard on Wednesday, but did not immediately receive a response. All right, well, okay, so there you go. That's good. You know, it's time to get
no
some
one
good
was
news.
injured or nothing. So
yeah, well, we need some good news. You know, I mean, it shouldn't always be doom and gloom all the time. We need good news too. You know, people. I think one of the big things that gets people on the news is the fact that it's always negative. There's hardly ever any happy things. You know, I remember years ago, I think I was like in my 20s or 30s. This guy actually went to a TV station and held them at gunpoint and demanded that they show some happy news articles. That's how disgruntled this guy got. He actually held him at gunpoint and said, hey, you post some happy news stories, which they did. And then when they did so, he left. He's like, see you, bye. Okay. You know, people get frustrated. You know, people get frustrated if it's only negative all the time. People are going to get frustrated. They're going to get upset, you know, and so he wanted some happy news, and by golly, he was bound and determined to get it. And so they finally showed him some happy news on there. And then he's like, okay, see you, bye. And he left. I don't know if he got arrested. I can't remember if he got arrested or anything, because he never did anything wrong. He never harmed anybody. You know, it's just like, hey, man, you know, tell us some good news, damn it. You know, so I mean, can you blame him? I mean, I could see where he could get frustrated over that. I can totally see that. And as long as you don't harm anybody or break any laws, who cares? You know, he was armed though. But I don't think he ever threatened anyone or anything like that. He's just, please, you know, give us some good news, damn it, you know. Not all this negativity every fucking minute of every fucking waking day. I mean, God, you know, give us something happy. Give us something encouraging. You know, people want to be encouraged. People want to be, lifted up, you know. But, yeah, whatever.
And we're coming up on the 1 hour mark, so I think I'm going to head out. I'm kind of tired, so.
All righty. Well, that's fine.
I'm not going to work. It's supposed to be a major snowstorm, so.
Yeah, if you got a major snowstorm coming,
I'm not risking it. So.
Well, and not only that, but you know, make sure you've got plenty of. Do you have a wood burning fireplace by any chance?
Yeah, I got one of those, and I also have the generator, so I'm good.
Okay, all right. Well, you know, because I mean, generators can fail too. So.
Well, I need it for the sump pump.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, you know, stock up on some wood then for your fireplace, and
I got tons of wood.
Just hunker down and hang in there, man. That's, you know, it's all you can do, really. I mean, when it starts dropping feet of snow instead of inches,
it's going to be bad.
It's
already predicted, so.
Huh?
It's going to be bad.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't want to be out driving in it, but it's a foot of fucking snow. It's Canada. You live in fucking Ottawa, dude. Guaranteed, like, it'll be okay in the morning for you to go to work, you fucking pussy.
Oh, it is going to be bad. Okay. Well, as long as you got plenty of wood for your fireplace, you got, have you got dry goods to eat in case you can't, you know?
Yeah, I got everything. So.
Well, you should be all right then. I mean, you know, as long as you got something to eat, as long as you got something to eat and you got plenty of warmth, you should be all right, man. You know, this too shall pass, as the old saying goes. You know.
You know, someone I live with has a Jeep as well, so I can always drive that to somewhere to get food as well. So.
Right. Well, I wouldn't get.
Wait a minute.
If you don't have to.
So he's got a Jeep. I hope you guys can hear me. He's got a Jeep. If he absolutely has to get out, why don't you get the Jeep to give you a ride to fucking work if you're that worried about it? I mean, he's acting like, oh, you know, the power's going to be out. We're going to be trapped in our houses, and like, dude, it's snowing. You're getting a snowstorm for a few hours, and then the snowplows come, and in the morning, life continues. Like, it's like his fucking plane went down on the other side of the fucking Arctic or something. Like he's in the Arctic Circle, trapped. Has to survive on wild Arctic hare and whatnots, folks.
Get out on the roads. I wouldn't get out on the roads.
Seal blubber.
Not if they're saying, not if all the news agencies are saying it's going to be really bad. I would just hunker down. Mm-hmm. And, you know, unless your boss is one of these really hardcore dudes, it's like, oh, you got to come in anyway. You know.
Oh, I already told him to fuck off. I'm not going in.
Yeah, because, I mean, if it's going to be feet of snow, not inches, then, yeah, I mean, because, you know, snow can get that high real quick. I was amazed. They actually showed time lapse and how quickly the snow stacked up. And it was up to here on the guy in just a matter of minutes. It's like, holy shit, I didn't know it could stack that high that fast. You know, I thought, well, hell, it would take a few hours, right? No. According to the time lapse, in just a few minutes, man, he had a stack of snow this high. It's like, holy shit, that's crazy. So, you know, it can get you quick, man. It can come up on you fast. So, yeah, but
just hopefully Ernie Chrysler he suffers as well. So,
huh?
Hopefully Ernie Chrysler he suffers as well.
I don't know.
It's coming from the south, so it must hit him first. So.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
All right. Anyways, I got to get going, so I'll talk to you in like a couple of days or something.
Yeah, because we're literally at the 1 hour mark. So, all right, buddy, you have a good one.
Right, see you later.
Yep. Bye-bye. All right, folks. There he goes. That's it. And we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. And but yeah, so you know, major plane crash and an asteroid out there. Neither of which ended up being dangerous, thankfully. So that's going to do it for this live event. Y'all have a pleasant day and better tomorrow. Bye.
Bye-bye. 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 And for the record, yeah, I was out in that storm, and I gave my friend a ride to the town next to me and back in it. And it wasn't civilization ending by any stretch, folks. We got through it. I think we're used to dealing with snow up here. But anyways, I digress, folks. I think that's where we're going to leave it tonight. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. Please thumbs it up and all that good stuff. And remember, this one's dedicated in loving memory to Floppy. Another one bites the dust, folks, unfortunately. Just remember, this is a mere being